Now, in same baby, one maybe Jesus. Me bono emba. Me tishy. Or but I say, oh, there's a lot of questions that me can't Bible now. Me tia say, I find Jesus na kasa no. But me Jesus no be asem na no me nyu bia. Na ya sa directing akọ me am yonku nipa yesi osofo. Ono ya me nipa. Me be say the question kra untimi yima no. This is the beauty of CSL. This is the beauty.
What is the beauty?
You leader no or tiase or kasa odidi or feeling the year feeling. Or your mistake I get me tiano. Or nya decide
leader then or GD.
Then or GD. Ojinudi
or kobo someone so kobo someone.
Oh, right. I know them.
Exactly. Usa otiasiana. Wo se leader no what honum. Who person no betima busano. And to baby out to go TV. So we be the whole corporate say make us be the one she used to Christo so on mom baya. And your common sense and answer your common sense.
It's the most dumbest thing you can ever say to yourself.
So we be the whole question bosom and say bosom and one baya and your common sense and answer your common sense.
Okay. Now Avraham and to
hey, Vidasi Mohammed, what join okay, Samuel Mark, tapu screen so mame. Munina mumayan reason together. So what they say, Medasi pa Kwame for this zoo line so no. Medasi Sindog tapu screen so no. Mami tapu screen so na. And maminya assurance and say ultimate voice no. So and also I Ghana ni because you know what I'm speaking about. Till I'm cutting tapu screen so no. And mame medasi okay Samuel tapu so medasi. Let's share so unim CS phone ni biaswa. Now we will share we say no. Now in ya but together near reason. Because those people no omo accuse yen say as because we religious people, Christopher in particular, no, say we don't use our brain. We have been in box and as somebody is controlling us. Okay, and say if they now omo pointing omo finger no on us, no, they are using their brains, and I say they are also in a box. They say we wish a box man. There is no need for you to be pointing your hands on somebody now, accusing and also telling the person. They say. Ono she box na onyusu na adwene so a very from so observe okay so observe from far now you may think say they are making sense and they are independent and they have good reason boa hwi ni honom so unya one on one na ono kasa then you actually get to know who these guys are no the type of people now they follow Moshe what they say ignorant clueless, nothing. They just don't like the Bible, or let's say they don't understand the Bible. Therefore, no, they have some they assume certain things about the Bible now, which is not true. They are getting all these things from the Moshe and Trona Moshe etwa and omu follow. So and the brother we say now, mote in a voice, a video we say mono. My post video no page honum already. Over TikTok I say now. Come to Christ Apologetics. So call you will find the video there. No a full video no. So and I also call a YouTube page one as well. I will Sethoo SSK on YouTube. Sethoo SSK. We say on video no so honum. Now was a video no. Okay. But the bit may be a video no moon sem near analyzing and some crabina or can has no. Now ya share say CSF one those so-called CSF people. Omuye that's reasonable. Omu yusu adwene na nyankopon abo a ode amom. Omu yusu ana say because of omu agenda bia ewo omu tiremu ntino. Omu apunyansa and omu follow something blindly. Okay. Moment brother we bio.
Now in same Bible one maybe say Jesus.
Me da se nana kwame that's tap screen so na share video mama okay. Money that's also online so na Isaac Boaten munyina me da se osebo me da say obey tap screen so ma share video we ma me fast men twen crowd too long tap screen so share video we say na nyina yan reason together akwanya le ho no ma you can join me enye me nkwa na ba be kasa ene so ho enuru anwumre ye ba live ye ba be expose be Moshe and tra otwafa Bible no ho no me wo opportunity no me wo time no masaba biom Ike wo so wa join me da say tap screen so ma me okay ano so line so nipa gu line so Christopher so has Christopher Ja hindi new name bad girl bra Eddie Kofi Ghana munyina mo line so na mo tap screen so ma mun stay like enye mo munye pretend say bia ebia na mo ye CSF forward but mo person line so I don't know why okay more na won tap screen so no it exposes say CSF no more watch me. CSF no more watch him. Just almost screenshot so and also almost screen record this Sethoo, but almost tap screen so. Don't expose yourself like this, no. Tap screen so. Yenti CSF brother we say me who say hey Tumpiwale you steady. Tumpiwale I saw you now. You steady. Okay. Tie we CSF na o say omu be Moshe e kire omu nyansa momenti ombio.
Now, in same Bible, one maybe Jesus. Me bono emba, me ntishwi. Obaka me say, there's a lot of questions that me kind Bible na me ntiase. I find Jesus na kasa no. But me Jesus no be asem na no a me nyu bia. Na ya sa direct nya ko me am yonku nipa ese osofo. Ono ya me nipa. Me be say the question crowd untimi yima no. This is the beauty of CSL. This is the beauty.
What is the beauty?
You leader no or tiase or kasa odidi or feeling the year feeling. Or your mistake get me tiano or nya decide.
This brother we say no rejected the Bible no say because or some questions be obedient to me answer or pe Jesus Christ na kasa no webusa no. But who Jesus Christ na otimi ebusa no time obi no na obi directing say onko onu an yonko nipa bia ono friend ho pastor okubusa na questions onya answer bia enu nti no or reject sa Bible and Jesus Christo. But the beautiful about CSF no say be Moshe tiase odidi omu feelings o say de omu feeling na won to feel bi o tiase nti therefore no so that means say wo questions there be Moshe de obetimi ebusa no ana unti bibia se a obetimi ebusa no because Bible no dey all reject because unnim Jesus Christo unhunu na wakwa busa no nti say e say ko adwene ye adwuma ubusa be Moshe questions asem bia unnim fa be Moshe ho no you have to go and ask him because otiase o feel he will understand and also why bone krampona you can correct him. It is based on his standard, no. There is no need for him to even guess anything about Moshe. And I say assume anything about Moshe. Because Moshe tiase. And whatever now you don't know about Moshe, no. A common sense in the church will say, don't assume anything, ask Moshe busano. So what I say now, because that is the point now. What say the reason why now all rejected Jesus, no. He is not here for you personally, for you to ask him. Moshe the beauty is that Moshe is here. You can ask Moshe. It's why don't you go and ask Moshe? Say unim bibia na wo assume na obebusa me. Moment to video no so. Logic ni dey apply wa se yeti no.
Uli dan dey no GD.
Dey no GD. Ojini wudi nti okoboso mo ana so okoboso mo no. Oh, bra, I know them. Me
personal deal. I know personal. Exactly. Who say what you say na? Who say bully than what honum? Who person who busa no beti busa no? And to baby out to go TV.
Muntie.
So we be the whole question. So make us say be the Moshe Jesus Christo sa. So on mama ho baya. Common sense and answer your common sense.
It's the most dumbest thing you can ever say to yourself.
So we be the whole question. Boso man say boso man ho baya. Common sense and answer your common sense.
Okay. Now. Avraham and
Obetrem some logic now these guys no say make us say one on one so unya one on one then you will see say just say hwinim esi honum kakraka say dey be emu dudu but plastic any dey hwinim empty. Me busa no about say as a Christian no say me dem who ko share Jesus Christo asia say obo me ho ban or say that is the most dumbest thing one could ever do. The me dem who ko share to me bi ase no spirit ase no or say Debbie that is the most dumbest thing one can ever do. The same guy now me switchy Jesus Christ na me the bosom be share honom de India obechirem. Moshe no or say Moshe jin ho di. Someone say, what is your kind? Moshe, me say Moshe, oji bibidia, oji busum dia, or say that Moshe jini hundi. So ojini hudia, where your common sense guy oji or no one hudia, identity or then how could protect himself spiritually. Moshe na can say, wako protecting himself spiritually because he has spiritual protection and he has physical protection. It is spiritually no or no wako born ho buying. One can say me Jimmy who deal into me was an or kind, because on nano a do 10. Nano a do say 10 into what can we were saying no can we were say or china no sa pe before abe kan kire mu into munnim de ogidi me busa an question about Christian no muti how fast I would me answer a question no we na kire say omunye genuine from hear how fast me say ko check kakra bi mo how fast the same question and me busa no
wo pese mo busa no obetime busa no ento ba bia to bo TV so obi de ho kwakwa share say make say me de Moshe Jesus Christ nsa so omo me ho ban a e common sense and say common sense
is the most dumbest thing you can ever say to yourself.
so obi de ho kwakwa bosom as say bosom no ho ban a e common sense and say common sense.
Okay, now Avraham and Tubu Sethoo meba
you to common sense the same energy now we answer first question no for the same energy answer second question no first question no me say obi no question Jesus Christ say Jesus Christ e born ho ban ya o say is the dumbest thing obi betimi aye and me say obi no question
me you know
also we use common sense and say oh energy now we apply no the same thing no obi no question bosom as here common sense and say common sense
common sense
dumbest thing ever obi be and say dumbest thing obi be
same thing
the same thing and that means say Moshe the dumbest person ever meboa
but that is his choice.
that is it.
What say the guy now was say on wagin who did not and on the kan yo just as a boo on me rush it too much to speak me rush it too much can me take me time a boo me bo playback no na say me tie statements now omo kan the beginning and the omo say kan ending na how sometimes me rush it to question him and answer to speak now it wasn't sometimes me jai omo na ko omo amokasa na enka omo amokasa the same guy no kan say be mo say gin ho di and the make can't me busa and say obi din ho ko shetu me biase na ono agia to me say it is the most dumbest thing one can ever do, which is saying say Moshe is one of those people the most dumbest thing on Moshe eyebi. That means Moshe is dumb because Moshe no protecting himself spiritually, but onya hunu say mimi nim say Moshe protecting himself spiritually or say but that is his choice. That is his choice. It is a mesomi choice. Say me kwa share Jesus Christ ase, but o se ka kire me say it is the most dumbest thing. A mesomi choice. A Christo ni bia choice. Do ye nkramoni no a choice. And on so kwa follow. At least ye nyam kura biom. Se ka bia me na ase. And I say my woman must see me sorry me ma kwa sorry. O te say me na me decide am me na me kire omo ekwan no so train no so. E na me do omo nam sa kwan we say so. Enti say ene na wo ka dia nke be okay omo ye nkura. So, but see, I won't have say me making me decision. Say me go follow Jesus Christ. We say that is the most dumbest thing. Ye di ma be Moshe so after the person obe chirem. Say be can't say ono no choice. Be Moshe choice. Na enka nya one choice. Obi na force no so nkwa na. Ono na wo decide enti on de ne ho so be Moshe nde ne ho so. Ono wo use no common sense no hunu say as ono wo ye nipa no ye woni ma bi wo honom na. Physical eyes into me, spiritual things be honum until ono protecting itself. Who didn't chi say common sense no when nyan sama, but ono protecting itself. Uno na honum say what you use common sense. O leader no air protecting itself. Uno na honum say use common sense. It's a crack out. Be for the person here, be for amount forces here, okay. Because nipa, ye nipa. Be Moshe be ka say na me say obi nipa.
Of course, the other no question yes was no. And you on no choice.
I can say Abraham didn't question Bosumasia is the dumbest thing to me. Yes.
But me say me kwa Bosumfie. Baby, I'm friend of Bosum. No me. What say?
Or can say guy muntie bi muntie de o kan no. Muntie.
I can say Abraham didn't question Bosumasia is the dumbest thing to me. Yes.
Say Ben Moshe didn't ho question Bosumasia. Say or didn't ho question Bosumasia. Or betimi I can say that is the dumbest thing to him. And to say you hunu say Ben Moshe are protecting himself. Or no spiritual protection biana. That means that or the no question to me biase. That will mean say or no or jia to me say if Ben Moshe is doing that now, that will be the dumbest thing. Ni leader no kasafa no huno. Nyeme na or no leader no. It's the guy now or no chira or common sense now will be when you know. That is what you think about him because he has it. Or jibosumdi. And he has protection from bosom, and he has made it clear. So Obi can't also to me be any honum na nipa kone boa. And a woman I clear say okobusum honum. Let's listen to the video. And we say na make catch them those omo from who common sense for no. Omo nim be mushe sa. The be mushe kan omo tia and say o twa ntro afa Bible no ho. Na o kan bibia afa Bible no ho a omo betimi di asere pastor bi anaso akristo ni bi. Eno nkwa ne hia omo. Be mushe na ankasa no the all behave the o gidi any baby a wo wura no all protecting himself no emfa omo ho. Point no. Mumi tebio nti be mushe no o prove kire say ogitumi bi o bibi o protecting himself.
Ame se me kwa abusum fie baby afra de bosom no na me
was it abosom ho na ye what's your friend saying
oh yeah shrine it's a solifia
What say so ono okwa abusum fie ho e shrine it is a solifia nti ye wo baby a be mushe esoso ko tumi bi wo honom abusum fie honom no nti say bia mi ko zoo anase bibisa na makwahwe mwa tumi bi wo honom there is a purpose for him going there so ti be mushe gi tumi bi dia okọ honom o say shrine it is a solifia okay a solifia ko e de honom ye kosom ye ko ye dia fellowship be mushe say na okọ honom ti ono so ko ne bosom honom be mushe na e kasa wa hase o be mushe na e kasa statement we say no enti CSF ni na wo ha say to defend be mushe no o mo ye hu say be mushe gi bibi say bi dia most damaged thing ni leader no kasa fa no ho sa hento aso
no odi se ubisa ya tumi ni ma hansa o ha mo se gwaji atu
let me say Christo ni ya the damaged thing say be mushe ya the damaged thing me boa
Yes.
difference be no mo mi no tem
Difference between them and them.
difference ben wo mumi no tem this is what I'm person me hu no enti wo point wo finger say Christopher we don't use our brain we are in a boss yakoje ye osu Christo bi edi say ni no ya personal choice and also so ti bi foforo bi di to me bi so ebidi and also control also your personal choice but wo dey wo sorry a da bia na wo di see so say what you say na and our person will prove it say the kura na wrong enye but also ji bi foforo bi di
was about you bit much margin and I upo uya.
Me da say okay me da say your friend say Leo Law on me to save me da say on me to save for the meantime let me tell you
I feel patriotic in Ghana.
after the meteor kan Leo
On say boss the me tasha where you pa busa say pick me and me da say first and foremost me da say pass what pick me yes say you nyina here discuss these topics because as human beings you know we are driven by the unknown and no can one my the feel our existence the America about Avraham ben Moshe and I said the America it's not even about Avraham but about kind of like common sense and I say religion in general and I say oh can be say a Christo for more choice me first discussion about choice and then say before see a Becca will be your choice, you know, that means any panel one option to choose from. Me patron establish that. You can't a choice, that means any panel options before you get an opportunity to decide say this is the me choose, you know, that means you have an option. Me patron yet says and say you in a Christian region like Ghana is highly dominated by Christians. And especially your region be to say Ashanti region and yet in all cases, but in most cases in America, the America say me say 8 out of 10 qualify to be what is point you know. It is here in a Christian home possibilities how be Christian no 90 to 100%. And most of us you know, so the option to choose you know, it was taken away from us from childhood because yet you a Christopher fear. And you know, all growing up, the unima Christo, Bible, Paul, New Testament, Old Testament, and at the one and cremophore region, no so no, or no so no, ebe defend and cremosom because I know a idea, yeah, no. And in that case, you know, Sandy Pam, you know, or moon choose you. After say all learning about other things, you know, now we were decided as an adult, say, okay, messia we, because blue and I say blue ni red not the red na feed you from childhood where there can say red na my favorite until say what is still blue and I bet my can say red is my favorite and until you was saying me say variety is the spice of life the moment now options you know and I ultimately decided say this is what I chose and to most Christians and Muslims in Ghana no they are in their religion because say and on your identity or when you because I no choose you and your first and foremost. And my second point I made back when say
let me address it. I mean, you call one by one. The first point now I make you say no okay. Me can see a cramp as a parent no. Me na me training me na me tete me ma. It me decide what I believe to be the true path no. What is better for them no. And I me choose some school a me ma be kono. Enye me man dey choose school no. Me na me determine say school we say na be fit we mu no mo ye well qualified to train and I say to teach my children no. And I me pay school no dey share wo as a parent when I me decide. But say udru stage bia ti na me can say enye obi na e force so. You see ya e line we say so enye nkra bi o. You need under our parents into your decision no. What kind of choice no. Moshe, in what circumstances was he born at? He was born in a Muslim household. A lot of people no, they were born, and as a Christians, there are some people now, they unfortunately are no longer Christians, but in another religion. And they have the choice. That is what I'm saying. No. Nobody is forcing me to remain as a Christian. You woman to a Christian household. Once before I maybe Moshe, you know, somebody was asking, say, I used to be following Moshe. Yes, I used to follow him. Now me rebel against Christianity. Now me inquire sorry, but now me kasa against you know. And there was a time when me and me choice now me choose to say either say me follow Bible no because the Bible in church no is on point to me. And I will say no, it's not on point to me. But Moshe is lying a lot, and that's why I don't have to follow him. And the choice no honor. Men say, yeah, we to this location, one of now, you have to remain there and answer. No, Debbie say, yeah, we to fear. Let's say, fear one of abusers be one of man. Say, if your parents be abusers, no one who's abuse you the whole time now. That doesn't mean say, you stay abused. But me change no one for a different path, even though say, material work can say no. Ube follow system now, do be a better system, and why you used to the system. As a Christian, on 80%, ube follow Christianity. But say, yes, and this your way choice, be able to make choose the opposite way, including you. You want to Christianity, say the Okasano. I said, if you are only Christian, and I said, you're no more a Christian. I say, it's possible for you not to be a Christian anymore. Nobody is forcing you. So on said that, and the choice no honor.
Okay, okay, me say what make masa kasa bi ma.
Yeah, kasa you have this dialogue no dey right.
In most cases, most people Christian and Muslims no, and no munim ti, no no follow.
Yeah, but still, more choice to change, and also money choice to be to change.
Yeah, because what might be say Obaka say your choice, and sometimes when you look back, I don't say nah, I don't need entertainment. You only get to choose when you are study other religions now. No, I can.
But point in any say they don't have the or more opportunity. No, do Christians in Ghana right now don't have the opportunity to study Islam?
They have the opportunity to do that.
Do Muslims have the opportunity to study Christianity?
They have the opportunity.
Okay, so they have their choice to choose from these two religions.
They have their choice. Okay, exactly. But I would say most people, no, you go with and you're familiar with.
Yeah, points and I know but it doesn't mean say they don't have a choice.
They have a choice.
And it say if you grow up now, your brother now that was a master class. He was raised a Muslim too, but he's no longer a Muslim. So what I say, he's no longer a Muslim. And the people, when we grow up to a certain level now, we become matured. We are parents. We have also our children, so we can make our decision. That is what I'm saying. And they say, as a grown up now, may yes say no. It is my choice to be a Christian. It's nobody forcing me.
Okay,
and that is the point.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
it's your way choice. Okay.
Maybe discussing the main topic.
Yeah,
Portugal, yesterday, Mr.
Okay. Me pacho meti makasa.
E o mute no mute na no mute no sa na oyɛ sa oni abotre on twɛn.
Portugal twɛn, okay, Mr. Wa. Metio Leo.
Me pacho on say asisi ne o topic na we discussing nyina na mana koyɛ say me common sense member. Me dinka me common sense. On say o topic na we discussing na mana koyɛ say ye di Avraham echi but ye nim di Avraham
of course, majority of you know munim the Avraham here.
Okay, and on maybe train ya adwene si so say me Christian be. I was born in a Christian home. My study Buddhism kakra. And the thing then say me kind Bible no still na me that so you see some Bible verses be I boa me with my life mo. Even though me Christian, me use Christo words be I what Bible ni ma e benefit me in my life. What I say, Christo or words be brow kaya no because me describe it God as the truth. There be because ego is equal to the devil, and then Yankopon no kre. Adie be no kre bia means Yankopon. Yankopon a figure outside our body. And when anyway, that was not the topic I'm about to discuss. Yeah, Avraham cast and as I said now Avraham Okano point now all can in here and yet the oye. So they make what I say yes, Anna ye can the Bible munyankopono. Utie David ne Bathsheba story now he was very unfair. Say the back common sense ma Bible munyankopon me sana me describe no me catch enko for say Bible munyankopon and you only the same God na ebo wiase no because nyankopon ba ko na come this software no akoka message akere no Pentecost no akoka message fufu akere no akọ SDA into obia on the doctrines which means say nipa and a create omo ankasa own understanding and omo di say nyankopon because if free nyankopon ne honom ampa anka message ne be one. Anyway, na me ba discuss it. It's me catch enko for say obi ka asema kire wa irrespective of religion or free mu no. Message no dey ban eno ne message ni ya na say enye. The nipa ni ya outside ono na yini dey ono na sema. But message na nipa ni ka kire ono. Message ni ya na say enye. Anyways, yem break way down simple. Oti ukrom na obi afri ba bia ba say me book am dey abro ni nyankopon na asoma me say me mbra wo honom. First and foremost, okay kan Jeremiah chapter 5, me refi verse na or say no me nka the ordeni hutu nipa so. It's one even on judgment day ni say nyankopon fro no busa say ada na wanye Christian na make say na won kwafo na the message ni so ma me no person me trust you mo. It's even written in your book say no me nka the ordeni hutu nipa so. So I always tell people say o hwehwe nyankopon for yourself. God is not limited to a book because book krona amoka no there was some council be omo tena say omo here pick and choose it decide they say when the benefit humanity it's Avraham point
is a point in the sense me more akasa oba me unyanko point in so
okay me
try it
point ni nyina say the Avraham oye no the oye as on a personal spirituality and bibi no eno nye important message now all put it out there no utia analyze it with your brain hana common sense be mu no Avraham aka ABCD but what the kwadwindwini ma asem na all can does it make sense or not so asem na all can it make sense
okay Leo enti yen analyze what Avraham be Moshe says enti say bia obi ejitumi bidi na ono say odi Yesu Kristo ebobo no ho ban nti ode no ho be Yesu Kristo nsase na yase anase ne ntaba yase ya okay this person on one right okay obi point say that is the most dumbest thing that you could ever do. It doesn't make any sense for you to do this no but that same person no and also ekwa baby fufro na ono so de no akoko she to me biase who is this person now or no de no akoko she to me biase to come and tell you say who to me now who do akoko she na say no eno dey a bad thing to do.
Okay, me to point na say but boss you say there be na ya me say beginning the thing na make a choice topic ni new e kwan kra Christianity far so spread there no most Christians
the question is so
oh okay me see how question any say
the me can say I want me question
me say and one na me babe answer no but say na one na me na kwema babe answer no say the make can say the o can say what the about choice topic in back to be mo say nipa na choose because Avraham choose say ono no be court fi aka akoye na ade spirituality ni ade a who is he to condemn obi ono so choose so be Christian and obe follow Christ into about back to choice topic na me no discuss no e kwan kra Christianity far so spread there no people feel say omo deciding omo choose and na me no can know say growing up no what the banku sana say undi other foreign food
bro NTCC no spread it. People not are making their choices. Almost still now. And I was what decided. You don't know how spirituality came about in Africa. You don't know. You overtoy. You just so you don't know the history now. The way now it was implemented. You don't know anything also to overtoy. Okay. And the point in and say he has made his decision. He is under control of a spirit of a to me baby. He is following a to me and he doesn't know. He believes in that. And as somebody is also following another to me. Yeah, he doesn't, or not so edgy. Now, no, you are pointing your fingers. Say, it doesn't make sense. Obey. But me one also, you are doing the same thing. Example.
I'm point your fingers first. Hold on,
Tobo. Another example, okay? Me a Christian, me jidi say Bible no Mary. Any say, be maybe ananda. Sana me jidi, okay? Enti na mako enkramoni honom. As in Cremonino, Omukonan, and a woman the same thing say Mary in saying, maybe ananda. Into what will you call me? Say me country in Cremonino say, it make sense. Oh, Beji Bibi say, now if free we are say buy and one who will buy Binny Bema or baby in saying, maybe ananda. It doesn't make sense. This book, no, throw it away. Na me na make us actually cremoni no. What will you call me? What will you tell me? I just saw him say me so the same thing I want me book him. What will you say about me?
Me my ikaka me can say like say okay, if I see the bad that particular message now, the same message, but ye interpretation, I said doctrines in here a bit different. But a basa message they said the workers are marrying in saying Jesus Christ wabra be be ananda ye the same message. Inti me can say other than any oba be kasi achem so the same thing no e wo book ma other na oba be catch them say me de no enye papa sana nka me ka de.
What would that make me? So maybe because maybe personal thing. Other maybe Bible, maybe Quran make maybe Bible no. Maybe personal
choice.
Maybe choice. Maybe personal thing no. What they say about make a safa Quran ho. Obe pedi on maybe side. Maybe personal one maybe what has you. It me almost say me patch no. Maybe the end there. Me kataswa and say maybe personal thing na me can remember I say. But what the end there it doesn't make sense. Even though say was the same thing I may criticize one. The same thing I want me to medium. Anybody say no? How will you describe such a person?
Me person me use word no.
Use word no. Such a say nyambo such a person. How would you describe such a person?
In such scenario, no baka say be any pan a hypocrite or in such scenario we no. In such scenario no. But okay, young from this angle so
in scenario na me the man will begin no. Say ben Moshe no wo tumi bia wo ginidi ono so som e wo honom o so okọ shrine house okọ abosom fie say sorry fie o tumi o som or ginidi until a higher power be or jidi. I don't know any personal thing. And I'm assuming what higher power be am jidi. But he always pointing his finger and say it doesn't make sense. Say yeah, we see needy. Wakata so. What makes him on only the even though say or no one person being and can say about some a legalized madness.
I say Christo, or say a Christo. I stand to be corrected. Or
say religion. Christosom, incremosom, any abosom, a legalized madness. Into ono on a or some maybe the menjin this are the organ menjin on a some bosom. Into ono cancer, no, Christosom made them in cancer a legalized on the point of view. But on a some bosom, and I was a country say a legalized madness, even though so was some honomo. So what I say, into this guy we say no, who gave how can you even take him seriously based on the scenario no crap? What you have to say a hypocritical.
There be when I make us with that the way I make it a scenario in there. Some make us say any panny and yatuni. But maybe point na make an em say unyante mas. Mami summarize it. Na me manko for kwan almost on kase be say fair. Me point I make now and say. Unim say in order for you to be a Christian no unconsciously no you are over criticizing other religions. Religion be able join be unconsciously no. Over criticize it because our doctrines and answer with teachings, automatically criticizes other religions. But
I know say time be now you speak the truth, you offend somebody.
Exactly.
So what you sir?
Exactly.
With this mentality, say they will behave, that will mean say you will never be able to speak the truth because it will go against somebody.
Exactly.
And yeah, say we as Christians, we did say yes, the truth. And yes, we propagate our religion because we believe in it, say the truth. And just because somebody is offended and I say unpetty, doesn't mean say intention say maybe they sin and I say no, because as a CSF guy, you may also say some things now. It will be offended to a Christian and say to a Muslim, but to you that is the truth. It's a normal thing. Everything biana ubeka biano na say GD biana say adibia ubekan or transit be making it can offend somebody else on your opposite side. It's no correct. In the Bible, yes, you can say, I did not come with the peace, but I came with the sword. The truth of God, and yet time will be all kind of corona and for peace. Sometimes the truth can bring commotion and some so that is what the Bible says.
And I say in this case, Avraham, you allow so criticizing Christianity because more start to say criticizing other religions.
Bro, I'm not saying he's not allowed, but the point in it say he is criticizing something. He also have the same belief system. No one in him.
But on same belief system, no, the belief system. And I make say, you separate what the person does personally, you separate the personally with his life, from the teachings now.
But that is his belief system. What point? You are trying to separate it. Say he can question me about what my personal life, my belief system, my personal life. He can do that with me, as individual person, no? But we cannot do that with him because only then they're in a personal life.
But on match no sum no. Who say Christopher? Much say kwan ye fa so yen sum Nyankopon. Avraham on match say kwan ye fa so yen di na ti yen sum Nyame o. Ono no ana me patcho ana.
Yeah, Matthew work on propagate here because onim say onjina no kure no so. Everything na no kure bia no. You don't keep it for yourself.
We a good debater but
hey, sanity, bro, as a guy, no say was when you kure bia me. I don't know how old you are, okay? But if so ukura no kure na say bia wakopusum honom na ujiri se busum ne no kure na e good na e powerful. Wo better tell ma because you want to give something good to your children. Unjai almost say they should go and use their brain. Sanity, encremoni na or no de encremotu etete ma no. Onye say bia onji ni say encremosom ne ye na o de tete ma. Ono hu ne say we ne the best way na be better mema. As a Christian in sana meye, it's a one be Moshe no o to me be protecting no na ontimi infant tete ne ma na. What does that tell you?
No, debut and na make say material point now what can I see you. But on say eno na che say ebia wunya ante Avraham ase no. Avraham teachings ni nyina is discover it boils down to the point said discover God for yourself.
Which your friends Leo the point now you try say be making is say so we on say Sethoo make key point we say Avraham ne say aboson so me enkwasesem a lot of people ente omunim but I'm sure that Sethoo bebo video na mo ate and asema here can say this is a person or sorry or say use your common sense. Say obi a Christian, we a Christian, automatically you believe in the spiritual things, right? Okay. Any yibia sumbia will join ibiano. Like it will lead you to spirituality, understanding things that are unseen. And this guy came and say, spirit to be any baby, and I'm sorry I see, and I'm sorry I see. And the same person, no asa kotina baby, no okase, or de no ho akoshe to me be ase. But umiana was for myself. Sebi why ne kura ade ye on board de no hu dawro. This will be a boni woni trim. So ukura ade te say Leo. Whatever you have learned now, unim say sa ade no esombo no. You will be ubenya the edge to share it. It is a ono na all pointing fingers at people no. Only the unim all the truth no. Say ene or the no ho akwhye to me bi ase no nim say to me or the no akwhye ase en eye enti no your friend is say bo ne ho ban a e de enti no on share it's because say o say
Mateo point now can okay what do we
the point that you making is say this guy no either onkura ne kura bia no or try to be enra na make us asem all pointy holes. Shewe. And yes, sir, because Avraham, the moment Obeka say, or the one question to me be asking, you ever forcing so on chirimuno. Obegba, because Obun say, things so obechrim. So what you say, because things that are unseen, no, most of Ghanaians, even among so many 80s, crown, sebi, who can't say, be now, sounded like a case, or feel say, wow, offended, no. What I say? Inti Avraham no point na you making say onim say o de no wa go she to me bi ase no onim say to me ni ya also dey tete ne ma ni followers na we yi o ma free esoma wodo mu no was o ka kire wo mu no preach kire wo mu because obi a odo nipa no e na okura de pa obenya the edge to share.
Highest Papa member audio na because say me who say comment ne wa ase honom Avraham be Moshe never said that. Leo, when they example, no say the people now they follow Moshe, they don't know what Moshe says. They don't know. They have a specific point now. So they will say, "Oh, sonin in some no." They have certain things that they listen to Moshe. Say, "Hey, for Bible no and they say they for Quran no." That's what they are. Omat no mutie. No omat GBB di Moshe. Tie. He is complaining.
If you live in a glass house, you don't throw stones. Coffee. Antoa boa antoa jimi for say antoa we me wan antoa da me catch me was na me no dey nkomo e wi ase no eye in ages age bi do ade bi atwem black of fresh dey antoa di bondua within 1 week no was such an effect and the antoa di bo bi do no da so na mo e bi entia ye
So what say hase no or kasa against ya anto say anto one power no so ate power ni nya adwuma biom. Enti before no ono pointing finger say a Christopher and say he did incremos abosomso matema na say bibisa no. In this video no he is speaking against anto say anto de bo dua kra nya ye biom. Ye to aso.
Free the age of the gods and superstition into the age of technology, information, and knowledge. The Amintia Sini. Islam Baya, Ubidi, Africa, yes, some atem. Say a Yabosum, a Yankwasiasem. Bible Subaya, or say ye Gideon Yakutawa Africano, a Yankwasiasem. The moment you start applying logic, common sense and critical thinking, religion and Casa, a legalize madness, Abosum Yakam, a legalize madness, Abosum Yakam, Abosum Yakam, a legalize madness, Abosum Yakam, Bible Subaya, or say ye Gideon Yakutawa Africano, a Yankwasiasem, a legalize madness, Abosum Yakam, Domodia and Ananus Mukruma, a legalize madness, Abosum Yakam, Domodia and Ananus Mukruma. Nananum till we die, a legalize madness.
Where the Kafra. My bad. Who did this?
And say what one say based on Moshe no or pointing a finger say a Christopher Cremosum by this in Cremosum. This is what they said about Nananumsum. A Christopher by this is what he said about Nananumsum. More about defaming Nananumsum in answer a yard bonnet and yet. Okay, and a bear Moshe na Ankasana or see and go back to Nananono. And that day he is also telling us to say Abosumsum is legalized madness. The same guy now, how for them, colonial masters, no, or mobile, and according to Moshe, no, this is what they said about our song. See, no Ghana, Nina, Kasano, this is what he is saying, say, Abosomsum a legalized madness. But, Oshabosomase, and that is the point now you're making. The guy is a hypocrite, and no person who did or fire who edited. Asa said the asofo bebre ninam Ghana honom na omofa nyamesom ho anase Bible no ho edidi no the same thing na ba Moshe ye omo ngi de omo ye nidi omo ngi de omo hu say amanfo obeji omadi na omadi omachi na omo de edidi sa na ba Moshe so ye like in a different way and one no nti I think say aye clear mo am line no say ba Moshe never said it so mama hu no you don't know the guy now you are following asa okay for the next person. Yeah, Shababs, but I say okay. Tobo masterclass beja okay. Inti masterclass be kasa first. No wakata. Masterclass wo honum.
As a term wa na mi
Portugal so wo honum okay, bra. Portugal so wo honum bra na yesterday. Okay.
What to make? I'm busy Portugal make asa.
Na we drop on because I want to me comport on say me can just order so line so na omra back.
I don't know, sir. The they are on the edge to speak. Yeah, but I do so because what people don't know is oh wow, what's your camera? I bet Nasa or discuss it. They don't know, say, oh, mobile defending, only the Biamba. Oh no, what I did now, Babe Canon. Minya cry me to crack as what the car has it because I dare what you say here, oh boy. It's a fact. I dare what you say here. It's not what you see now, Kaboom. And when the car boys see any man, where's the boy cry? We should cry. What the car has in him, the Obeka. Somebody like more opinion than you saw, Barber sock, or Basuna baby, Kabibi, Emfa. They will end up making things worse for themselves. Also, maybe in another case, Avraham, yeah, Sadia is a dumb. They get motivated and deploy worse. I could have made Maka the same thing, discuss it because I mean, use the word dumb, sir. So, Avraham, yes, I cry in any until we are motivated, you okay, where sir? Also, the BM has a presentation. I know there's a problem with it, but a seminar can be and no. Date now because if I won't coach to me, be assay. Now, so do I coach to me assay. So, because a man found who said to me, be assay, dear. And any class also do coach to me assay. But Sabia has a small way yet, but also do one coach to me for us, and two different things. But, sir, in this discussion, I know. The man bass a guy now or record on now more church and in same. The man the way was can ask him. Oh, say,
to go, yes, or no, yes, I'm a record on like said, yeah, or by life said that your whole life is here, oh, and you read now, you play back, it's a life.
I say, they be America presentations and to also them see presenting when they are wrong with him. And this was last me record on per se, but a recording. Sana me pesa me cheba also me kai na nsisi And the amount presentation I'm asking me between that share. What was it? Anti-mat metia say, yes, if you are that so was single out. But the meme channel say, so say me kase, obi kase, Christos Sumunya odo. It teaches love, charity, compassion, peace, and this animal and to make us a sad na me fa concept ni nyina na me trash no. But untimi nka se enema bebre o ma de enye it is a me ka che o se bia a che de fa odi ade che obi enya na obeto se me di me so me che obi ade a some hypocrite because makasa gia gifting what is here enti die enti ekwa ben so concept ben na me ka sa a che de enye se me che obi ade to motivate the person say wakwedi boni bi na me che na de to motivate the person because wakoton krofo bi so rama Sacrifice na wato omo no omo ye matamfo anything I mean motivating with the gift so gifting na me say enye not gift in general and the concept of Christianity and also enye udi hu akoshe tumi bi ase what you say and ehon na me separate okay o se udi hu koshe tumi ase na enye ana o se Christianity na enye ana o se Islam na enye and to ka say Islam na enye Islam onfa hu koshe tumi bi ase keke a concept bebre because me me hu akoshe gang as say what a gang gang ni very protective mo boni pa ho bai na me hu me tumi abehye bi as Sethoo gang as o ma me bodyguard o ma me protection o ma tumi bebia antome but a different from the concept of Christianity the concept of Islam on the mentionity e ho na say me person me separate no kakra
okay
me kakra say
mana
Kasafam na.
Okay.
Last response be anafi.
It said the can see okay. It is a be or no tray say the concept of Christianity no ena enye meboa. Not like Christianity in the whole. It says sana statement in here. Then if he says we na enya then he knows what is good. For him to know say this is not good, then he knows what is good. And on what you say with the concept of Christianity enye no na odene ho akwakoshe bi fufuro mo no that means what he has no eye good no and then we have the right to know.
Yeah, exactly. And I you have the right to know the odene ho akwakoshe na enye no.
Say because one no think ehunu say we ni nye enti the one ma join Christianity no and what picking something else na all follow no whatever na all follow biano then that one is good at least better than Christianity no. So because you will not follow something.
In that regard that makes sense. Yeah,
exactly.
Because all options no choose back which means if you say no more beneficial.
Exactly. Enu we no nti wunya choose enu we a na wo kire say we say ni nya na unti mi kire say enye na umbie won some kan kire say but ma nko be bia mo pe bia.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
That would not be somebody now he has a good intentions for the people.
Yeah, enye fair. And what's the question? Say I don't know how much do I pick no.
Exactly. Therefore, say if he is pointing fingers on Christianity, teaching us
then he should come and teach it.
Come and teach what the book say.
That's yes, I told you they will be saying about class 1 cry now. Say what the problem here is I wonder what timeline and say one on training last week on training I know on training. But what if he 2 hours time or so camera no train. So
at least say oh yes sir at least then we will know say what he say no crampo say we say ni na we ni ye
Sethoossk say the workers here me no ya adwene but say sisi ya tamula no say onya me kire sisi on say wo pese the time to so say esese enkawa be kire. What if say ogusu a okeka ne ma si anim to make his articulation so be obetima articulate on say we ni there may assume say nipa koni na me kire ade no what you say but on say before so ba be kire ade no say to nya na okeka ne ma si anim asa na obekire mintimi nka say ada na wa me kire ade we enurachi na wo kire ne what did you mean?
Material ochana no home, but the material can but at the country say once now wedding camera determination say we say ninya na wako accept it before no. Then you have a reason why now wako accept it the
yeah.
You don't need to keep it for yourself. For how long now you are keeping it for yourself?
I know because for how long you now bet timeline when somebody should teach what. But yes, Wakoji bibi adi. Obeba be cha na so onkyere. Okay, me so person obekire. Ebia na wo ye. You calling him otimi ba ha nyina. No afọ waya onfo. No abe comment no okọ. No ayenti ebi na wo so ye no. Enti ebedu baby a ebia obeba bekire. Ese so obekire yes. Ese so obekire. Maji na tu.
Presisi no won. Ese numbers na ekosoro. Monta schools na mon share. Be mo share ba say one time. No numbers na e was certain level bi na obe panic. You will see say after obe sha atie dey I trust obe ba life on so crampon because e followers keke ne hia no.
Oh, you are allowed to say that.
Masterclass TV, the maker we were saying, okay. Portugal. Tobo. Yeah,
Portugal. That's how over 2 That's how chain.
Fire Oja, a buy, Fire Oja buy, okay. Ben Moshe, a post to Fire Oja on the platform. That time I not wait that can know it to. Na fa yo jano wanye koko no etuntum oba so for no etuntum na ba mu she sere na yesere no cramp na emfa obi aho na ba mu she because onye obi at that time no and the fire wo janya edom no ba mu she on ka ba mu she asem kwa na ba mu she kana asem e di etra because the fire wo ja generate wonya stability no or followers ba mu she be so draw or attention back on the side enti e ono no de he looks at people no e be benefit or no. And yet, you follow a Ghana for you for being a pair of Master Mahama, Debbie.
Exactly.
Okay. And you have masterclass,
my last comment, I'm in Jawe.
Yeah, my last comment, okay. Portugal, no praying too much. My last comment, there for Portugal, Mr.
Asama, can you see a time on now with the Avraham my Avraham, no, okay. You won't conform be a friendly debater or Casem Moon Fissus Antemenko. What I say, ye who be Emma one. I one of these guys. Me read the Islamic scholar be. A debate grammar among food champs. So I say Omon Pere. Omo say ono so nimu oducha Avraham. And to Omon Pere. And when things asma can see I say or he be a followers one. Waka can time I check now credit say baby ono ni pedigree no one. According to ono no. O timi ko do obi a chike. And later no say no. Setoo. What umo be you people are be do a chinti I say. Only or mouse, you know, Baswa, and no chess, Setoo the same to her. I quite to Abijana Hanum. I be or starting life no who see no abana de okay, or Babet Takua. Say Branaun or brand new life never chima. Your opinion say no, in Yandu time I'm a respond and I'm about to respond. I don't know
masterclass say once
your opinion, Mohammed Awal Mukasa money Abraham when you debate.
No say I could be basisi ya okay na
oyete which is fine. Why are there?
But the reason why now masterclass to be the
baseline ko jaji obi a say who dey onyesa ante Abraham be sa.
The reason why now me yes I say me as me so me follow Bible no me Bible no church okay na me mama Bible no church bi wa ha say na me giri say de me kan ye no kre sa na me minimum okay na another Christian fellow Christian bi so aso on the camera why na or kasafa me ho say this particular verse na me quote you know out of context intro enye no kre say ni no okay na me giri say de me kan no kre anase bibisa na. It doesn't matter how many people are watching, no. Say, opportunity now. I have because it's not about numbers. I will come and discuss with you.
I know your whole standard, which is good, but how do you find your baseline? To say the Muhammad Awal, Esuka say, Dabi Avraham Musa, me no debate.
Muhammad Awal, Dabi Muhammad Awal,
but it's the same thing. Or to me, chan Crofono, go back to Akasameba. Abe debate omo Abraham yen kan chen say Abraham men fi me for na bi CSF for ma muslim fi no but me person me fi no enti say ni say enti na Muhammad Awal so bet me forgetting the boys no ko be debate to also age to my the same thing okay me that's for the opportunity Matewas me the ochera say me the ochera say and the obaba be here no by all means obaba be here no that
but I hope so.
My missing for them in Tiabina, me be real office, why? But keep doing what you're doing. Abraham, I can see you are doing a good job. You are doing a good job.
Portugal, meet you. Portugal, unmute yourself.
Yeah, was you. Good afternoon.
Oh, I emphasis here, Portugal.
Oh, no, Dubai.
Okay, I don't need time. Kakra, obet me. I relax. Kakra, Chile. I don't know how rushes are.
Oh, like it was a time in America. Yes, sir.
Okay, Portugal, then I walk on. What's your message in your mind?
Oh, yeah, me too.
Okay, it's what you anything.
Like, I mean, no question there, and the problem there. ma Avraham okay fi Bible no onye another nimpana nkasa na mpen na asem.
The all free Bible no na enye anase na mempa.
Quotation say o quote fi Bible no na empe another nimpana nkasa na empen na asem.
Dabi oh so o quote be free Bible no no okay. Na say or represent say the Bible na kire no sa na there many problem bi afa ho. So
Okay.
but obi quote be free Bible ni mu na or picking out of context. Na or ye ni say the bia enye sa na Bible na pa kire. Ma me busa say example ni e wo ho. So ye ka say oh na bia kan chinegu a say kire say
Wewu.
okay enti say ebia asante mamlum sa na obi kan sa na at den onipa ko ne wawu but ebetima pass na bi so akan chinegu ampara na say ebi ntimi happen sa
What say?
ebetima pass say nana bi pa o twam e na wo kan chinegu ye ebetima happen na say ntimi happen
Oh, better happen.
enti that means nana ni mwu ye but ne ho na akan china nchine na hwe egu meboa
Yeah.
okay enti say obi ko to statement say nana bi akan chinegu na say a statement contest no is about say nana na wu say be wu say what you saying na obi pass a statement we no ka kire say oh mo hwe asantefo na say before ka say mo krampo de nyansa bia nim obi akan chinegu keke krampo na mo ko say mpanyifo nyina esusu no mo dada for no musu mo de nyansa bia krampo ni sebe say nipa ko na e ka sa statement we say na or represent say the before ni gidi and I say or misrepresent one.
O say like odipema the way I didn't say ebia oye nchine oda nchine ade be nimpa na wewu a atasa because yanka se no two say we kasa atasa bia
What is the mechanics here no Portugal?
yeah say I can't kasa na kasa oye two say we kasa atasa because am eba me side takwa de one a e wonder you will kasa bit today bia ambobla that means like today on yin sort but eba sante what side on yin sort.
Okay.
I can't guess or you two.
There be Portugal. My me break it down. Etiase. The person watch and say, "Hey, inya kase ebia ye kase ohene bi akanchine agua." Meaning no, nipa bibiri na nim ne say wewu ana we free. Meboa.
Yeah.
But at the same time, no, say me no ohene bi na tifie. Na me be catch us ye to ebia nchini we esi wo na ohini twemu no ne ho kama ni tugu ehwie gu ya eno so emini something different, right?
Yeah.
Aha. But say ebia in contest no ye say ohini bia ka nchina gu na ya bodwa na nkofu su ene ade a se u yusu nyansa de na ekire.
Oh, say like so far as nimpana su that means nimpana free.
Aha. Enti se unya obi a wanyini a wo nyansa na okotra ba bi se hwe se empenyifo bebiri abodwa o musu because ohine bia kanchi na gu a de na nipa na ye
That means nimpana wu dem ye kire na
there be me kire se wunya obi foforo tie o wunya obi foforo
nisu ba ka different na
na tie o obeka se monkwohwe se omabodwa a nipa bebregu o mu hye tuntum o musu o mu nim nyansa na enchine keka ohini na aye den aka agu no na omu nyina yesu saa na de na wo bedwena fa saa nipa na wo kasa asem no
like margin no nipa wan kasa yi.
Okay, it means say enye contest na was presenting no and or presenting no wadani ase
contest like I can tree contest na kasa na abadi
the person me kire say botaye na nipa na bodwa na omusu no enye saa ena nipa no wabeka no wabechirem because say meka say omaka nchinagu na in the same asem na meka no nipa na bodwa esu a me pese me kire say ohini na yeden afrim wo
what the matter say
aha it is unya obi foforo na because the word no asem a meka ye ne say enchine ohini na ka nchinagu no ono no fa ne say ohini no ede no ho na aka enchine bi na ahwiegu eti ono no kogina baabi no o ka say kwahwe se omabodwa bebre a omoye den esu nkofo hye tuntum omusu mibusa obi a o se ohini bi na ne ho aka nche ohini aka nchinagu enti no omunyina esu na o kan ye no mema nte ase makoka ne se memedwin se
different way
aha memedwin se literally ohini ne na ne ho koka nchene na ahwiegu yes it means that me na mante contest na se mante asem no ase because anka ye nchina ampa na ne ho ahwiegu a anka omu nkobodwa ema nkofu nsu
Yeah.
Aha, it is ana ye pese ye out of context and say asem bi wo no ma ye ka asem ni mu na obehu ubenya context ubenya asem no ni gina so ewo enti se obi dane asem na eye nipa na ye bo apayo ana se te na wante ase sa na ye pese ye kire minim se ote ase a
matters.
Okay.
aha
Eti Portugal since what ase no se be Moshe enti statement no a true statement e wa asante kasemu enti obi kan odi kan esa na wa asante kasemu o fa ne tra sa de ne dia e kire se obi aka nkire gu keke and there is no need for somebody no low me to say they were honum too much. Okay, say ekobane say obi fa sa statement na there is no need for you to take it literally. So unim what that statement ni mean here. It means something different than what it says there no. Enti ane be Moshe betime for Bible no wa kan bibie free Bible no mu no egu honum sa ampara but ni nkyirase no ebetime le different and I say context no ebetime ay different. Sa na be Moshe onye enti say o mamu information bia sometimes na or pretend no I say dey bia e say na e pa kire mi wa no enye sa ampo na e pa kire. So on say that no. Aha bi ni say o kan say Jesus Christo e wo tattoo e wo ne sere ho no enye sa na Bible na e pa kire. And I say, Okan many times say Jesus Christ say he did not come with peace, but or the second and a buy. So no, I say Jesus Christ second and or the buy, but and yes, and Bible ne patch. And you have to know the context.
But cinnamon. Let's say more can swing us or Bible and a Bible and a boy and I say, Bible. You know Bible, huh?
What
no, but it's now Bible.
Oti the can you want to be bia.
Meeting, patch them all, mess them. He says, what are two? I was onto them, not today. No, but say now Bible and onto them.
Oh, before can be on.
Minute back a bill.
Okay, any empathy I meant for before, okay?
Matty.
That's it. What about Shababs?
Greetings.
Yeah, greetings, bro. That's what joining. We see as a funny and as a Christian.
Maybe a neutral, like maybe need to say we CSF and I say we are no.
No worries. What the casa, bro? Even our mind.
The thing is, I most of the times so because and I say I'm one or Christianity one come be a Christian. Yeah, one or maybe Islam one come be maybe Muslim. But let me tell you, there are a lot of people who are converted about Christian and Islam. Maurice Bucaille, one of the best scientists at French Fonia, he wasn't a Muslim, but converted by Muhammad Ali wasn't a Muslim. Malcolm X wasn't a Muslim. I think in some history, Mansa Musa wasn't a Muslim. But say, wow, check out the end, say, related to life, and say, now I call her, and yet say, I will hand him change now. No, it doesn't work like that. No.
Okay, me know ya again. Be Moshe na ankasa no. He won Islamic household according to him no. Ni ba me ne father, I think say was ne stepfather. Okay, sometimes no was ne father who na ne stepfather and I don't know. He was ne stepfather omo nyina Muslim still na no, but ono onye Muslim. So that mentality ni say yes, say the make can ye wo Ghana hono ma. Okay, ebia ye wo emboa bi a onwe echiriboa yenwe aboa we say yenwe kraman was asantifo bebre yenwe kraman yenwe was but because ye wo to hono no it is that entity be betetew but we do stage bi a obetima akwakoye dem person okowe a obetima akwakoye because other people no so we so we say that you know enti nyeze bi a enya wo to hase as Christian no was stay one me dibe mo church na me nkwa asore na me cassette Christianity but me na me ye me choice no me church Bible no mo nchire no better wunya bibia it is the Bible no church to me nothing can compare to the teachings of the Bible different okay teacher ba said that was what you brother when I came out so hono man I said
I wasn't even done no.
I see because ancient okay okay any shababs kasakakra
yeah so the thing is Obibeka say you see Avraham, I'm not in support of Avraham or Christian or whatsoever it is, but sometimes enemy who nyameda and nyangopon ba ombechre no ho and something like that. See, let me tell you, when shape otu ebo tu ensuo ni ma esinki kum ba hwese na shape etie ship to me floaty wo ensuo so se me Mo yɛmfa say planet bi te say Jupiter, Venus now be catch me say there is an object to me floating on you so and thinking komu a. Meka say why do you need because it doesn't make sense. She plane say plane air fly an object air fly. She heavy object way it doesn't make sense. But uko read Bible or Bible nimna say wo dream say because of your common sense in tino who say it doesn't make sense because it has not been physically proven to you. So you know the principles of making a plane I can say a plane how bet you na. Because of say you don't see the reality of it doesn't mean say it doesn't exist and I say real. It's absolutely madness. Say, Obi, everyone say me, oh baby, no, we are catch them. Say, Obi will land. Look at this distance here to me communicate. Okay, prove it. Nipa no land now on no communicating. Uhunana. No, uhunana. To me, hunu. So basically, no, it's not a. Some things are beyond common sense. To me, if I will common sense and measure the reality of certain things. Okay, Sisia, tell me how rain is formed. You can't tell me evaporation, condensation, precipitation. No, that is how science proved that to us. So we will take it like that. But a bit on my common sense. So common sense to me and measure no bio.
Sorry, excuse me. The person may be sir brother no Casano some question.
Okay, came out to okay. The person will be any stage now. The Casano. Mr. Wow, okay. We are men drop on wait me a question into my name and Casano, Mr. Wow.
Yeah, say men America say that principles of making a plane. And two of them say, yeah, this is the principle. Make a plane. To me, some things are beyond, imagination. But because of say, and they we should just accept it. It doesn't work that way. So spirituality, it's not say for example, sometimes say Muslim for a festival or more magician for no more kashika. So the second one on one. Say uncle, ube to me prove it uncle. It involves, spiritual matters and a spiritual situation. But
okay, but my conclusion point in the pan, you know, saying,
yeah, into Obi Krabeka say because of say I don't see certain things in religion and spirituality. Me who no physical, say me who yankopon physical. He doesn't exist. That notion, I me way, mommy. Like those kind of way, way, mommy.
And yeah,
I don't know if you get
for
me.
you say or more cancer statement. No, as I will patch.
Yeah.
Okay, but the hypocrisy in this, and then they say they rejected, and I said Moshe they rejected Christianity. And they say, seeing is believing. Do you know Senanado is the president, or do you believe he is the president? There's argument, no. But or they rejected Christianity, and 2 minutes, I don't know what and to believe in or the because he doesn't know everything. So or ko bi honom na nipa kona ye intimidate agina enamu na wa communicate ama bosom krono. So what was that and also believe na and that is the point, no. The guy will tell you say the way doesn't make sense, but not all the same thing. Will be every way see what I say. Me person me sweep wa call baby pray. Ancient and answer came match. What about first?
The other person.
Okay, ancient casamity, okay. Oh honum.
Patron what happened
Now okay.
Bibi na chere ma adwen kakra ba before my kasa no pese like what chira de no na meti ase. Me pese meti ase say Avraham the message na o preach na say Bible message na o ka ho asem na say practice am more practice e wo Christianity me no o ka ho asem na wo pese ono so chere on na dia no. And ntina wo kasa na pese meti bibi ase answer me comment bi ametumi make.
I do Tone as a sound you of wind were actually too much.
Okay, nyame pese me bisa ne say. Avraham Bible na all kan ho asem. Onka onka nkita asem. Now fancy wo fa Genesis chapter 1 to 3 a ebia ho asem na oka. Says asem we okay na to ono no hu ne say ento asum ana say it doesn't make sense. but on ka say bia na Nyankopɔn bi enu hɔ ana say wo Nyankopɔn na wo believe say wo bɔ mpae fa no so na mbɔ mpae mfa no so ɛno ho asɛm na wo ka na say me pese me te ne amo pa kyerɛ na ase ankasa ansa na mo bibia amaka.
Okay, ye pa kyerɛ say amanfo ewo tumi a omodo mo akɔkɔ hyɛ asese egidi egi Nyankopɔn di. Okay, say Nyankopɔn woni akasa ne nsɛm ewo Bible no eni egidi. Say what they say na. Ena obi be Moshe because obi a be Moshe no say common sense kyerɛ say weni nye Nyankopɔn bi antwere book bi a say ni say ye invent say ni say. So what they say ye egidi no ena ono condemn no say enye say ni say. Meanwhile no ono so ade no ho akɔkɔ tumi bi ase. Enti ye o tumi ide ye ho ahye na se ena ono so de no ho akɔkɔ tumi bi ase. But ono kyerɛ say ye ase ye common sense ni nya dwuma say ye akɔkɔ tumi we ye di.
Okay, metwase a no de no akɔhye ase no eye bi atumi bi a wonim se bi a oyɛ bosoma na ase we enya sa na woka.
Ni tumi se sa na oje tumi ye bosoma ya osom bosoma ya.
Okay, nti amfa se osom bosom. Ana wo so wosom Nyankopɔn.
Exactly.
Nyankopɔn na wo so ye nkitawude a wo wona ne wona na ɛkyɛ sɛ wo som no ba enye message no ho asɛm na oye problem na meboa. Nti amfa ne se meme som bosom. Wo so wo som Nyankopɔn. Ni Nyankopɔn ye ma hu no eno na wo hwɛ hu na wodi hu adanse ni ono so firi sɛ bosom na ye ma no no ana sɛ bosom na bambord ma no no ono na o ka hu asɛm meboa.
Okay, okay, what ka sametie
nti sɛ yɛmfa sɛ meme Nyankopɔn ana sɛ me bosom na me gine di no aba betwe wa asɛm bi sɛ Mary obi nyina nda but utumi fa yefunu ɛwo ba tiemie o Mary obi anyina nda but utumi fa yefun ewo ba ana wo so Nyankopɔn no na wo kya ne kya wo sɛ ana sɛ wo Nyankopɔn na wo so no no ebi a wo pɛ ba obaka kya wo sɛ eduro we na me wo ba gi eduro we na fa wo fa wi ane oba nkohia na mo nkɔ wo ba meboa nti sɛ ne ya ma na eduro one oba akɔhia wo ba no a wonim sɛ oba ne bɛma na wo sɛ omuhia na omutumi wo ba no oba ne be ma no so ekwekwehye o ma wo ba papepe but wo de no o se oba no oba ma bi anyina nda but wetumi awo ba na o se kire ne nti a wo de ne de one be ma nhye ba wetumi awo ba se wentumi anche no kwan a efa so e ba ne sa ono onte wa ase enu ye different from say obi gi bibi di ana se ode ne ho akohye bibi ase ade ne bo ne ho be ana se ade ne ye adwuma ma no na wo pese o kire asam no na ye problem but enye ne ade na yama no na ye problem ti Avraham sense yɛmfa no so osombo so ame Avraham tie no ne nsam o kan na etom asom na no na me de ye adwuma na nyanse nim no memfa what I say
okay na as ancient but I say wa kan say be Moshe kan say ma nyanse nim but point na wa say ne say
nyanse mo na me kan say ne o kan be tom asom no eno mefa na me feel say o kan ye de asem we o kan nyanse nim ma me no eno no memfa men kan ye so no kan nyanse semu to say me ba ye wasema wo
okay we justify ourselves too much make cause my kasa fa de wo kasa ya no ho no okay the thing is say se be Moshe egi to media so ye kasa something to me beti me ya de anwanwa miracle so we uni miracle
yeah me
ye kasa bibi a miracle untimi fa nko lab ma scientists for and analyze it ade no ehunu how it happen and unti na miracle no so what you say Enti once na ye to me no na ye gidi se Nyankopɔn wo honom no o tumi wura nyina no enti Nyankopɔn betimi ama ade bia happen a untimi fa nko lab bi nko suspect exactly enu ntire ye gi Nyankopɔn de no Nyankopɔn betimi aye miracle ama bibia happen a obi ante ase enti e wo honom e bi na happen with Mary situation no enti just because say what man kasa from okay just because say mean to me explaining something to you, no, how it happened and how it occurred, no, doesn't mean that it's not true.
Okay.
So that
that's what.
The point in say be Moshe e won gidi a ogidi na me wo me gidi a me so me gidi se wo hu na sisi e bi na gidi no enhia ebo ebura ase we kire say da bi wo de ne nye na bra me dwan me hasen de no and we so kire say we de ne nye bra be dwan me ha de na at least no ye nyina ye wo gidi no ti betima tena se na ya try to find out the ebetimi eboa and ase de eye better So in the end oh ba who you when you say me mejibosom di ye mra ni say enkremoni any Christiani kremoni no obi bia ogina so a ode kasa and Christiani no obi bia ogina so ode kasa and obi making argument beautiful but untimi ngongo hyew and hide the wujidi na umma be point two fingers say way it doesn't make sense way it doesn't make sense way it doesn't make sense meanwhile no say nka ebi nim de wujidi na the wo kasa it doesn't make sense ni nyina the same thing so wo wudiem. It is say why are you pointing your finger and say it doesn't make sense over there? It was a Moshe na amuno. So where you be away no kwafo no wajini hudia. He shouldn't hide something that is good because the original say a good thing or follow no. He shouldn't hide it. He should be proud of it and expose it and let people know when I'm jidi say you know the jiwe didn't you propagate it amount for say because he just say no pine and no crack so. Kremoni jidi say ni somne ye no kure no enti no ono propagate it chira manfo de onjini de ni ndina onim se de na azabi wo mu no wode ne de ne te wode ate baabi enna wo se ebomotirim enti point ni nya akopon wotumi a obetima ma anwonwasem happen no ano no obetima ma abo akasa possible obetima ma oba nyinsen na obema bia ne nanda possible because nya akopon wotumi mitio.
Okay mato aseba mpese we explaining ahama me before or one or that nimpana Adam and if no could dear Abano, no one no ya bonsama and as I know your work.
No way a bonsama and as a way you walk. Because a bonsama, okay, bonsam, to me understanding, my main case to me understanding. Bonsam, to me, I say to me, so what is a to me, be sanity here. But because even me crampono in the Bible, okay, Bible no can say one of Jesus' disciples, no. Jesus Christ, a friend of Satan. The disciple of Jesus Christ. So unimsa.
Yeah.
Eti bonsam no ebet me metima e bonsam ene because based on my character any dey me subai bi me dan you know ene be mo wa ye bonsam. So enti me minjin di say bonsam obi a osi honom to say ya I think say to me bi na say bibisa but I could be wrong. But me understand no. But
and as a character ne be show say dem say na opesa.
Sana me tiri
before I will not discover bonsam no na bibisa obi show attitude bi say na den na describe because the time me so as a question we ni say Lucifer eno ye nimpa o ye nimpa konkron ma Nyankopon meboa
ba na so no we nipa
yan fan say o ye entity yan you see entity na o ye entity ano anase o ye ngira no o ye konkron ma Nyankopon no ye hu so o ye bonsam Bible creation ashas na ye wo fa Genesis na wo kan kwa from Genesis 1 akosi Genesis 3 ni na Lucifer no be ye Satan meboa nti that means say before Satan Lucifer be ye Satan no na omo edin kan act Adam and Eve almost situation that said or one kwada dan we so Bible no kwada describe or one say oye ni tiefo wan ka say oye Satan meboa okay Satan no kwada Satan an ka say na ebi mba wiase because na Lucifer embe ye Satan
okay point no so mesrewa
into my point I me person me can say said the na Satan be ye Satan na sisi a wo ya ma ni Satan na na me person mo kire ma ase kakra na me hu say you obi na wan kana asem ye na me wi amako bebi a wo use scenario bi de kire Portugal de no meko ho kakra say Satan no be ye Satan Lucifer no be ye Satan ba sisi o wa akoda de obi a Bible no kra to din so ye ne tifo wakwa akoda de obi ma na ya bone ya nka so ne tifo no ba ye say obonsam and as a Satan over the Adam and Eve. I work a kind of mental as me person who say, and trust him no more true, and nimpo no true, and one true, and I say, nimpo no chilimuno, and a one chilim we and I say.
And then one minted your one true, and I say one chilim, minted our statement.
One say Satan, before Satan obey Satan, I know you Lucifer, no yen pobonini, and I say, on your entity or your devil, me boy.
Okay.
But or one by access as a nansan or by courses how ham nansan ye benye Lucifer obey Satan.
I don't know, sir.
One say what kind Genesis chapter 1 akosi chapter 3 and as asem ni see before no so na bonsam kra say Lucifer and on solinti Nyankopon meboa.
I didn't know, sir. That's what I'm because I didn't know that time on Genesis 1 not onyan solinti Nyankopon. I didn't know, sir.
On say what kind Bible na baby Lucifer solitaire nyankopon enyi Genesis chapter 1 and the Bible creation so start with Genesis.
Yeah, but still, I didn't know there bit here, but I didn't know sir. So will be my information, okay? Obey to make something that happened at the beginning, obey to make an last crampo. It doesn't change the fact and say, for the full context now, then you will know say I see. Say we say in the crampo and the chance here beginning and until the kokosu I we say in but how do you know say it's because of how now we read Genesis no? Okay, the Bible no like according to from day one and the chance say na echo sa na wonu na.
Sana me hunu because day 1 or chira do or day 2 or chira do or nti wa pa kwesi
yeah be enye sana Bible ne tie okay so call revelation okay and I say sometimes no obetime nya gi chire bia revelation obetime speak about something na happen ye so what I say nti we say enye say Genesis one no e be sha ase no answer because say Genesis one no Bible nyakopon Bible ne chire say nyakopon bo angels bia o Genesis one me bo
yeah.
And so angels nyakopon e bo wo because nyakopon e bo abodi ni nyina it doesn't go say the word and say Genesis 1 account ne continuously it be being sam and yes and Bible ne kire
okay concept when we say to me no me hu say Christopher when the best worker was some ya ne say mukoshi obi te say Avraham say ya was some mo church enwuma bi say be ya mo say mo adwuma am ya ne say mo yeso win we unti me say me fa Bible me kan
it is what you say say me pa kire no
na wo kan mato ase ban say wo de wo any Avraham ne church old be church mu sometimes wo ne Avraham be ya adwen because no can make sense nyakopon chere say day 1 o yesi day 2 o yesi
it did make kire wo say ancient something obi betima make sense but na entro just because something is making sense to you doesn't mean say no correct a different two different things Bible no can say day 1 or you say day 2 or you say day 3 or you say no correct Bible no can but it doesn't mean say nothing happened before that day no because the whole Bible no kire say nyakopon ebo bibia angels no wo hono before say inipa no wo hono so it is sana obeje ade na say ye fan say nyakopon obo there everything the Bible no be say and some people wo hono na the Bible is silent on it Bible doesn't speak about it but still now doesn't mean say God didn't do it.
Okay.
It is either say you accept the Bible no now why appreciate the information of the Bible being silent of something no doesn't mean that it never happened and I say bibisa na e was here the details it say the obi si dan na okaze oh na dan wo si ni sen na o ka kira wo say oh he dan we say the bra me bre no in chance dan no me ye ni say in chance dan kwa me to be say no okay and na ceiling roof no and na say and o kan free soro no ma be see form but in chance dan e be on put on last because of the good foundation.
What first scenario need there? So, because what church or coin of fast, so sit down, obey me. I catch us a first day no to foundation, second day or the concrete egumu, and also mountain pillars. Obi no share concrete go. And I started.
Okay. And even the can see a cramp on a prove me point and say was the first day no to foundation, second day no to concrete or the concrete go me boy.
That's why.
Time when I can't say okoto cement and I say ebo.
Oh, now what can they task from our one?
So
that's my person. Say, well, mum na mu do my year. In Avraham ye problem.
Metia say what kasa.
Mum na mu do my enu kwansan ka ya mo attack no. E wo say mo na mo chese no. Akwa no kan nya sa etie.
Ancient. Oba ha say no attack be ne dem aba mu attack be.
Okay, nenta me kan sa ne say I say anytime be am ba for platform so mo de na to na mo kan asa.
Attack be ne dem aba mu she.
Nya butere na me wie mistake.
Nya butere na musa we question.
Yeah, Sethoo, man example no. We have me shade no.
Example attack be na dem aba mu she me pese me hu attack now.
Won say braba could be make statement say na asam na oka no bia akwan ofa so kan wan kan nti bia me use attack wa asese a ba ye be wi ase na enche say attack mbombat asa mo time I was some mo de try asam na oka mo de bu proving no wrong no mo de sa time no mo discuss no na me kan what
highest papa example ben nanka opese o de man because me hu e bia
example am person me de mamu ne say yan fan say Avraham wa kire me say Nyakopon ogbonu wiase no oye bibia day by day. Ana Lucifer no meye Lucifer. Ba se a ya o ma chen say Lucifer na obeye Satan ba dada Adam and Eve nyabutene team. Lucifer no obeye Adam and Eve no dada owo no. Ana mo na munyim the right thing. Ana mo na mo baba ba catch him so da be ancient enye sa na ete na Avraham kan ente sa na mbom ete say wo be hu say me mbom hu sa Avraham ye nimpa bonini ana wo wa be ye nimpa papa ba sa wo ba na wo be kan asam na wo ka say Avraham sum bibi wo be cha ade na osum na wo hu say ade na ye pese ye hu ankasa wo be wiase na ye hu
Asian. Yeah, Asian. The point is life won't mean for one life and discuss everything. Life we are different from Ebikwa and Radi. What you say? It is say Avraham Kasem na asem no say because Endra near you see Revelation 19 chapter 19 verse 16 and near discuss. What you say? Aha. And then chere Hawa the same person or pointing fingers. Oh, and now most of them spiritual be embo be na one ni ade no akeka ne sa no aka fa ne ho adi na nkofo di na chi ye ade bechi no wasa aka say or de no ho akohye tumi bi ase na say one for na ngina yi a ye beto say yi ate ono na ye ka the same thing no. So what I say that person no anytime we make a statement be and in the picture beto and no na be a feel say attack na nya attack because a lot of the things are Avraham can see ye Avraham free ho na the statement ne to a me assure say yes for be oh asem we dey make sense the moment they did the picture beto on normal start defend it. That's the point. What you say that's the point. You know said ye nipa bebre no more life we so a omonte kra that say Avraham ka sa abosun so me yankwase asem no the same thing yenya boy na be a surprise sa waka asem we na ma afede mo komuchi
I won't say so because abosom so yankwase asema kwa abisu ni say me aya na me nimpa ne ya adwen
it is the same person no so ka kire o say munyai emrofo na di we be yenkoye nana ho yenkoye nkosom ye nana no musom a the same person no asa ka kire mo say munkosom nana no musom a de na opese o sa kire mo
no ade wo say ubisa say na ye nana no na omosom anase na omo okoche bi omo practice eno ne ade aya na sentence ye ka osom asema aya na me pese nka omutumi kire mu ye no say ye nana no na omo nsum bibi
I think say ancient you can say culture any osoma okay culture bia no osum ehye inside the culture no honum culture no osum na the same thing in their culture no they practice they had a religious belief too in their culture near about language their dressing the way they eat their dancing any how they tell their stories that is their culture in the culture no they believed in something until osum eshe culture inside mamun separating said they didn't have any belief they have a religious believer they also did rituals to please their gods enti mamun nyen said they be na no omun ni religion bia in their culture no religion was involved so what I said enti ni sua religious and culture studies and as culture na e wo honom and religion so ehiem enti yen na nanom no omuji bibidi omuji tumi bidi simple mamun nyen say culture keke that be culture no wo honom we know that no and no different from their religion and also their belief no and no muti omugunsa and san nya culture e believe no e kan culture no ho de but e omu believe omu free Yakopon and a religion has something to do with higher power the deity be and no religion no in the culture no was also a religion so when me ya adwen sa
me no ya adwen ba when say na no de no omo ye no so na omo ya omo man evidence and say bibi sima ye hu say bibi sa bibi esi
evidence ben no omo my okay to bo omo say na no my evidence now okay evidence ben omo nya ya omo de my no abrofo timi ba Ghana be fa Ghana kwa ye nko ano protect evidence prove say na protect Ghana for
oh okay so we say na no omo protect Ghana for
when I was saying no my evidence so what is an evidence no omo boy ho ba ye so na that Ghana say no religion no evidence now no mind okay my example of evidence they been saying evidence now no mind been saying
to me are there my witness na ya na me kan wasen those days time na me swapa no na ye krom say bia omo ye afehye bi na ensu to a me na na ye konfo ba otumi kom na wa stop ensuo no
and any evidence no It is here.
We ya chese na no na oye ye na na se ade na odugu fom na odi bibiesi e me di ade anse se na me ye no esunsunsu anso ni me boa
Metias here. It is here and so no the same priest ni be come na se enso na enjai to na yiri kese talk kese krampo na eno so be prove say enye happen na wrong ana because they work as here no
me question say bia na ekwan ya na ba ko no fa so ye enye sa kwan no so no fa so ye eno ntina bibie nsim.
It is here we will not know say bia the same thing I been say pastor bibi so beti ba be share enkombi na abam na pastor akoso ba be share enkom na ambam and unka say okay ni therefore no ye accept no ana even though say ye krampo de ni de e wo honum clear say bible num say so obi share enkom e wo nyankopon di mu na ambam a or ye fake nti bible no ma ye hunu de wo ye fake ni de wo nye fake.
We are not 20. I will be to say empire bo. Won't to say obi yale sisi a ya de na ba say yam empire man. Me baby as me hu so obi aye koteni ana se bubu afuma ya de nyankopon de empire asa ne yale da.
Okay. So who be that doesn't mean say bi ni honum sa. And asa wo gidi sa.
Oh and say bi wo man ka omo bo ye bebre go krom nsan ko ma ba so omu nyina yale no.
Okay. What the ancient say we ni bibia ka bi wa ye move on to the next person, okay?
Okay.
And I will be the cambion.
Oh, mo betumi I was so obi so ka bi nti.
Let us say.
Na me person mo tuma adwese no say like Avraham ka bi bia wo. Ya mumba ma kire ne oka ya no ne kire ankasa ne
ya follow page no time no duru hon ma ye kire e bi ya ba ha say ya ba kire ba mo say twa antrofa King David ho wo twa antrofa senra ye no say Jesus aye tattoo wo twa antro bebre for Bible verses are we try and throw ni never be kire wa say but we dey follow page no because any day it's about different topic, okay, and to follow page no Ken Max so honum
Sethoo I was me drop in me saba because me who you know me who listen you
I see
me who she be it is a drop is saba
Teacher we
baba nipa bebre so send request but your time no aka 30 minutes, okay. Ken Max so honum.
Yeah, the mess up. I mean, teacher, wa TF na wa shafu ni na.
TF ni ahwefo nyina aje also. Now, one I was ka ubusa question ana.
Yo, by son then the okonti. The okasi plane and a ship na auto a bottle in Suasia. No say yeah science school. Nti eno yenim the cost of that way ni nyina nti eno de ye nka ho asem nti ono no okọ okay aya make kwa printri nti aya na ware waso yi na
very much okay
nti because kwa printri na aya binom den se obeti ase
okay kind of now say we CSF ni ana say we Christian ana say come on
me ni awesome CSF say awesome
me CSF you awesome me say we be mo CSF ni chese be mo say follower
and I say be mo say kra
woni be mo say
on hena
okay we don't forget it is there
Sethoo you see me dey say abutri na mini no wa ba be ka CSF ni awesome wo say asi unim be mo
ana CSF you awesome brother
okay enyo awesome no
uni abotra obi gina so one of when say CSF you awesome
okay enyo one lead CSF no
you awesome to say na obi we address ko Islam yes
start yourself now the intro na start here there's no need to engage you
we intro CSF one cause we say CSF you awesome
one lead CSF
into be answer one I mean brother
I meet you one lead CSF
asma o bisa me miss me nim CSF ay awesome send your Christianity in your Islam no CSF ay awesome
why the lead CSF
ubisa miss me nim so they did make a Jose minimum
so when I don't know him say CSF meba K-Max I don't know who CSF and awesome
onu no ubisa me na me say CSF 17 CSF war your is Islamic and your Christian ya wo Muslim we dey
highest papa me that's pass and say what draw my attention no who can me busa say we CSF ni and say we Christian and say we Kremoni And I will say CSF when you move here CSF and your son. Una
CSF in your some
didn't know who
because
say CSF and your
what
son.
book so book kremodi mat kremoda obo Christian mat Christian da obo Buddhist obo tradition mat da meboa
And I'm a boss CSF.
by CSF we maintain da
and the one day that I didn't know who say and your son.
ade a maintain da no de nti da metumi de every praise say eka som na yaje ato hu no bi yaje ato mu no
It's a common sense. Unyante adene da. Unnim ade kro. Unnim de oda
ni
ho.
ma de kode nti ade na enye osom
E de na wo hunu se enye osom. E de na wo hunu se enye osom.
so di mbayere no bisa woni mbayere uhu bayere da no bi bisa say bayere wudi a eye aduane a na enye aduane answer be na ode be ma no
so bisa se bayre minim ade kro.
Minim bayre a e de na because eduane.
Sansu na maka Josie, minim CSF. Simple.
Na
Just
na
understand
Now
me.
can say enye osom. Say unti question ase ana. For you to say I didn't nye osom no, you have to know something about it no to know say enye osom because say
Maintain that. Say aso osum bia no ye huda. Yate e wo bukum. CSF e wo bukum ana.
I didn't know who say CSF any bookum.
Mente wona wo what say me follow. Today is the first time I remember always.
Okay, but you say
wona obeka asimbi. Ena meba abeti, ena ma joto ameba be ma answers.
But any year be check your honesty no. I say you waste an unnecessary time or say no. Wo na what didn't can make a claim when say enye osom. For you to make this claim no, I didn't know nim for CSF for who say enye osom. E dey be an.
Maintain enkada. Minim no.
Ken, what is CSF? CSF e den.
Miss minim adekode.
Na meba se ubu se me ade na me se ade ni menim na wo kasa na me kasa ente saa adwen na wo mitrim na
okay bimbi say okay me question is so bimbi say CSF e osoma na eno na opesa obeti asa
wanye sinsi e be drop you tie wanye sinsi e be drop you the point is obaye no obusa question say wo ye CSF ye Christo no ye wan e na wo say CSF nya osom meaning say wo basis a wo di gina so kasa
CSF nya osom
who see unim Avraham what are you trying to do say like are you trying to smart
so compose this ubehu bi a unim na unim no we bisa misa
you deserve to be in the comment section
necessary say wo be honest to yourself no and yes for argument's sake now be dey chin for nothing and your some okay fine because be unim be Moshe o say unim be Moshe bia but unim say enye wasom point no what say I'm here to just debate and I say have a conversation bia unnecessary you will see our time keke what me train for so long no unim be Moshe but unim say CSF enye wasom. How did you come to this conclusion enye wasom? Amazing. You can say I think say ata na ns ana.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, ata na ns. I think after Tanaka ish himself, okay. Ata okay. And what the video na e boy no. Yes.
Yeah. Matthias, okay. Mama can member boy ne kakra wa say obi ba life in his own. Maybe to say me sa no, me ba. No be some say me a Christian ni, me a CSF ni, and say me a Muslim ni. Let me you one means I'm here to defend a Christian concept. I'm here to defend a Muslim concept, and I'm here to defend a CSF concept. We are here to learn and we are here to know the truth. So wherever the truth comes from, we have to embrace it. And yes, nipa ni Muslim, say or a Christian to the extent say the assembia obetibia nam so ye Christian nti waje di assembia obetibia yam so ye common sense nti waje to assembia obetibia ye Islamic nti no obe find a way to defend it. That does not make you a good Christian, a good learner, or a good something. Then what I say we embrace the truth wherever it's coming from. Okay, let's go to the point. O say Avraham say abosomsumi enkwasesem. Okay. Ewo Bible no say abosomsumi enkwasesem.
And Avraham all disbelieve like all discredited Christianity no. Ono ana osanso di niti akoshe tumi biase. Okay. Christianity is a belief. And a belief is accepting something to be true with no proof. That is why I believe. Uji BBD, but you cannot prove your belief to me. So, untimi Avraham ben Moshe, Eji BBD, he is not telling his followers. On can't ni followers say, Mumra me di mechi, na me demo beko bibi. On promising ni followers bibia. What is because say bibi da Avraham nsa on kanchire wo say bra na be den na be fa de ni beto nsa because eya onu ni believe. So belief is a personal decision. Okay, the reason why Avraham who say all Turkey Christianity is say Christianity is intimidating our traditional religion. Traditional religion and can't you be say on force say brabe some abosom some phone ka say Christianity for me some na me dem be ko heaven and Christianity omun ka say abosom some to me wom say omu di omu lem nti a unhu ye na nanom say omu preach but Christianity ba he no say abosom some ye den eye nkwase asem say okasa abosom some ye nkwase asem enam say eye believing into you are intimidating what the na share no eba ne say you are taking the will out from the person because it's a belief. So who believes say one day Obeko America and who believes say one day you will do something. You don't go around preaching like telling your beliefs champion Meko America, champion Meko America. That be because it's a belief. You cannot prove it. That is why it's a belief, you know.
Okay.
Avraham can say Avraham can say OGBBD inti obi amedini di ndi dabi but oba Christianity say ye medi nati or the ebeko say no wa try Bible abre. We are not questioning God, but Avraham is questioning the Bible. And if you take the Bible, I want to ask you a question today. I want to be some question.
What did
Bibia
you
e what you say
Money address
Bibia e
first.
what you say mbia ugidi.
Oh dear.
Mejidi.
Ugidi say Bibia what you say mbia nyansa wom.
Mejidi
Okay. The Deuteronomy chapter 21. The Deuteronomy chapter the book of Deuteronomy chapter 21 verse 18.
Yankasa wa hase no. Okay, tobo ma yankasa. Wakasa bebre mama okwan ma wakasa na me try say mama musuma kasa na mo voice na ba audio ni mo no. Say the be a mo be hunu mo bo playback na mama tie nsema amoka. Say wo hunu. Be mu she oba na wo se be ye say Bible ni say abosonsom nsem hunu. A good thing the Bible ne can say na say a bad thing.
Okay. Say a good thing say Bible ne beka say abosom so me yankwasesem. I don't any good thing.
It's a bad thing no.
A bad thing.
It's be mushe ka say abosom a legalized madness a good thing and say a bad thing.
Okay. Ben Moshe say abosom a legalized madness. Okay, in other way no, me ne be ya adwen. Okay. Uni makunta mekano. Every religion, there is truth in every religion, but not every religion is the truth. Okay. Teteno, na ye say ohini wu a ye twa nimpati na ye disie no. Does it make sense to you?
Dabi.
Okay. It makes sense. In terms of Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 18 to 21, I mean kase mincho. Enu make sense be one I mean kase mincho.
Tobo. And this is here no. Oma ye hunu say the Bible ne kan no. Oni be mushe aka the same thing. And ono omu nyina ya adwene meboa.
Many omu nyina ya adwene because if abosomso yankwasesem say ye nananom twa nimpati na say ye disie nimpa. Na say wo
the be mushe kan no so wo ne be mushe ya adwene meboa.
In other way no. Some of our belief system be what.
I say abosomsom. Okay,
yeah, make an why someone tell us the same as Christianity, the same as the Bible. Some of the Bible quotations doesn't make sense.
Okay. And to material wo kana se material wo kana wo and wo perspective
It is written in the Bible. No say me.
It is the Bible no no. The one say it doesn't make sense no. And you wo understand it, right?
Okay. Be Deuteronomy chapter 21 verse 8. Let's read from the Bible. Let's read from the Bible. And me say.
And this is say no, be Moshe no ye Ghana ni. Oye obi a oti Ghana o si enko back to nanom. Yenko follow nanom. And ono asa ka kire say abosomsom legalized madness.
Okay. Abosomsom legalized madness. What you say? The same as Christianity. Because some of Christianity quotations or some of the quotations in the Bible, it doesn't make sense. Legalized madness.
Ata. This is the point. The entire I want to ask you. One, Avraham no. Na se mo ta repeat pa ne say the entire oni Christosum ewo issue ne say Christosum say ye nananom som nkwasiasem. And this same person esa bie na no ka say ye nananom som nkwasiasem a oye sincere na onye sincere.
Say, let me say, there's truth in every religion.
And based on Avraham claim or no chere say the issue on Christosum one say Bible ne say abosonsum nkwasiasem. Right? It is a catch say there's truth in it. Then Avraham only point be say oni Christosum menya issue say Christosum eka say abosonsum nkwasiasem, right?
Intra make us say who problem with what Avraham said that I have you must also have a problem with what the Bible says.
There be position ti assembly
because what Avraham scenario be say ohiniwu na say you twa nimpati na it doesn't make sense. Then Bible also doesn't make sense.
Okay,
some of the things we know what buy you who say ya cake, it doesn't make sense. The same
when I walk out some tea, when I walk out some men can't say me answer one, when I walk out some tea, assembly ye me repeat it last time. Bible non can share Bible, I Christopher and as a Bible non can say Bible ne enkwasiasem and kind.
Bible say abosomsom enkwasiasem.
What tea asem na make no.
Bible say abosomsom enkwasiasem ana.
Either say ubetie no one responded to the question asem a work no. And I say a drop on another person. See the all can respond.
Life now, I could tell baby a different life. We a different life. Into so crass scripture. Nyabo Trinity the may make canon. One Bible nan can't share Bible na say Bible ni enkwasiasem. Into Bible ni the who say enkwasiasem. Right? And now Avraham, they be sometimes or call radio so near Busani say, didn't you know sorry with the Bible Quran na uni issue. Avraham asem what can say? Because Bible no eka say ye na nansum no enkwasiasem. Into one of the reasons in tia Ojina so go against Bible no and say Bible na make claim say abosonsum yenkwasiasem. Now if that is true Avraham na so akojina baby aka say ye na nansum no yenkwasiasem. And I will point and say Avraham kan any de yes sum no ye na nansum ni baby or no ma yenkwasiasem. And if that is the case say wasem na wo kan ye jitum say okay a funny baby yenkwasiasem the Bible neka say ye nananom so me enkwasiasem a ebia san e fani baby na ye enkwasiasem no e na Bible neka nti Avraham ni oni claim noise be for baby Avraham ni bia audacity bia say obeka say Bible neka dia o ne Bible ni wo issue.
Okay nti wo to you no ujidi say ye nananom so ye enkwasiasem ana
enye de mi jitu ti asem na ye ade na ye wa no nya ntiase
yimi question na no to you no
enye to me asem na ye ka wa ha o Avraham ni position the reason of the life ni say Avraham position ni say the entire the biosori na ogina Bible ni Quran ni say those books no describe ye nananom som say enkwasi asem na Avraham na asa ko gina baby say ka say ye nananom som ye enkwasi asem tio it is that same person here or sorry the original Bible no so no say Bible no say ya na nanom so me enkwasi asem no enu ntina de bia sorry Bible no ne Bible no issue. If that is true this same person as akogina baby say describe ye na nanom so na o defend no say enkwasi asem
and who point in say oh a funny baby and kwasi asema enu de obeji atum na enu na misu me ka say sa dia wo be dem say Bible no describe sa a funny baby no says
okay
a funny
okay,
baby na kwasi asema na
Mateo question asi so usun send your Bible no and state in the plain send your Bible no and state in the plain say sa a funny be no kan no se Bible no kan ni plain say sa a fan we na yan kwasi asema anka Avraham ni case Bible na anka say e fa bi Bible no say ni na e yan kwasha say
na sa Avraham so anka say e fa bi Avraham so ka say ni na
Avraham so ka say
ni na say abosonsom aya bodan
say abosonsom na ye na no mosom no mosom abosom
oh dear
why na this mentality ni say mutrim sa why na this mentality ni say mutrim say na no like that be like abosonsom anything abosonsom anything me fa baby
ata explain it abosonsom e dia
okay abosonsom won ye ka say ade ye bo esombo so you are worshiping as something that you are proud of it so enye inti ye ka say na nonom ko edua ho kogunsa it doesn't make it's a way of worshiping the tree in the sense of a tree no edua no mamu mframa so they are worshiping the tree in the sense of edua no mamu mframa omuko nsu no omuko gunsa nsu no na ema omonam na omwe
no contaminating so no
you are very omoyere eso omoyere
and omo contaminating so no with
the would insa egu nsu ma you are contaminating the water
of course now the workers then you are contaminating the water and yes
would insa egu nsu ma oyere
with the alcohol gun so ma you are contaminating the water yes
obi gunsa wonsu ma contaminating the water
and it's okay. Especially say so crampo say so three crampo okay a three so now you are contaminating but
I'm giving me say
yeah very bad
intra me say ye na do nsa gu nsuom na ye nkwasese ma me ma quotation na e say
contaminating of water
Dabio the thing is gu nsa gu nsuom
atati
show me evidence I say gu nsa gu nsuom na e contaminating
kasa to boase
okay ata say wo de ensuo wo de ensa egu nsuom a okay like I don't know the quantity now they gu nsuom no wo de be ma o pregnant wife anom
Dabi river or a water
ensuo na tina me kan say a pound be da hono ma say e bia ensu tene a e kokrampo na ene ne be fa say etene ko nti bia ensuo no ye majority no bas e bia da hono ensuo e da hono ma enim say fish wo ma o mu da hono say no say o pour ensa guma eventually ensa no e contaminate water would they want take away water
you have to prove me say if you pour a libation in the water it's contaminating the water prove me
Sethoo men follow assembly because niema o keke nyina no also
okay
men follow
okay you move on okay
oh dabi
okay you move on
dabi whatever you are saying it is in your own Bible
okay you move on okay
set wait me be say atasem
Bisa masemi free.
Dabi atai okay. Okay.
Dabi.
Atanya enough time akasa okay. Ish ene kasa. Ish himself. Mo he brother ba ko na oba ha say no. Ice papa. Prince na send a video we my audio we my photo we buy on. Someone guy no ya the oba sisi na.
Yeah. Ken Max no.
Ken Max no okay. The page honum ni o. Why picture na da honum no.
Avraham. Ben Moshe. I think so we Israel. Yeah, that's all.
And that one.
So say Ben Moshe picture that honum.
Yeah.
And the guy now who says who is Ben Moshe. He doesn't know who Avraham Ben Moshe is. He doesn't know what common sense is, but he knows any religion. And this is the kind of dishonesty now. Even right from the beginning, a high papa a catching up on this, Right from the beginning, he's lying already.
Yeah.
I don't know the purpose. Because I don't, it doesn't bother. So we see him say CSF for one more follow by Moshe. If you ever say everything about Moshe, they accept it. That is how deep now they believe in Moshe. Everything about Moshe will tell them no, they accept. ancestral truths. That a free guy, no. What platform is no cancer statement we say. And if you follow the guy, don't be ashamed. But sometimes no, they have seen or more recognize they say, "Be muje no won't me you when him preoccupy dinner chisa no because o chenyi." And now people know omona ba kusi, no omona ba kusi abonten. The obudru ase I was be me follow no. The dru ase dia was here me follow no. No omo picky and choose. O picture na that say wunim be muje. You know him because what post no the video e wo page.
Peter Kradi Yesu, my Andrea.
Yeah, you born a cocoa person or base at 1 G. Oh, as a baby. But Moshe, or the young person was a ish, I drew so, okay.
All right. Sethoo made us say for this platform. First of all, what I want to talk about is the fact that, I mean, regarding Avraham issue and everything that he has said. Things that Makanwa said, Avraham or a nipa, and therefore he's prone to mistakes. He's not obia onye infallible. You get it? In as much as in Yemani bi or beka, and as humans, no, when you sit down and analyze issues, you will tend to agree with him. Onye infallible. There are certain things that sometimes on one kasa ne in the maybe or person or put it across crown bit me putting across these messages. And so definitely once he's human and communicates, there are human things and errors, baby. And so that is just about it. But beyond this, I'm thinking say most people do not get the core or the cradle of Avraham, the messages or tries or be pontificate around. Okay. And for me, and from where I sit, most of the things are me take it from what he says is deconstruction. So what is deconstruction? Deconstruction in the context that eniema bebree ohwa akoso, eniema bebree ohwa enye indigenous to us, eniema bebree ohwa, you know, ako around and I say yafa atoye enhoso. You get it? And then no abaye the core of society. You use that as the revolution or the spinning point of Yahoo as people in a land. For example, Africans or Ghanaians, you get it. And this is exemplified in these religions. And for example, Obeshe Ghanaian woman, okay, Nandi Pakrono addressing a style of dressing bibia as a Arab ni, okay, Ubehu Ghanani oye indigenous Ghanaian African. Now wafa Bible. Now we use Bible no as the metric for that person's life, and their obeying inano is revolving around, you know, that Bible. Now I want to bring this in. Book B, there is a study. The study is called The Weaponization of Religiosity. I want to treat everyone now. Or person who see and then maybe you can read this book. What I need you to understand is that there has been constant research that was done, okay, to show that when a certain group of people came into our part of the world at some point in time, emphasis on at some point in time, there were, you know, plots and plans to try to exploit Africans and take things from our land, which of course came to pass. But research has shown that at a certain point in time, when they tried this, because quote and unquote, there were, I'm putting it in quotation for a reason, there were certain goals, there were certain religious figures, there were certain things and you know, you will learn to know that when they try to do these things, these gods strike them. These entities are, you believe he said, they might possess these spiritual whatever, no, strike them. Now, what then could they have done? There is so many, you know, so many things to validate. Say that was when they decided these things and then brought certain things into Africa to weaken our traditional systems, to weaken our African traditional indigenous religions, and then introduce us to another metric so that we will let go of our cradle thing now. Not a part of us. No, that is not to say, let me just emphasize this. That is not to say, everything about our traditional zone, no, and I say, and yeah, practice it as people, no, okay, the best of it all. So, for example, someone cited say, Obi Wua, and also Ohimbi Wua. you try ni patre near the nashim na wakwa serving in the aftermath and so on and so on. All these things, no men can say they were the best of it all. But there were some aspects of, these traditional religions now, whether we like it or yes, they were beneficial to us. And the introduction of, Christianity and Islam and so on and so forth, Emmanuel Luki say, our own people did not even know God. And that Nyankopon obi any free baby abetre Nyankopon any Nyankopon na kwan any kwan ya ye fa so esua na de ne niema yebe nyane right. And that is one of the things I think Avraham is trying to put across. But of course, there are excesses. I would always say this. There are excesses. There are things that personally, personally, but beyond it all, that deconstruction is what I believe he's trying to put across. Say, we will deconstruct and take away that mindset. Say, we as a people do not even know or did not even know God. And that metric, Christianity or someone will be a Muslim new in a platform. This one also say Islam. Now I have this open question for us all. My question is that say you will be or Saudi Arabia, you will be or other parts of the world.
Because that monologue too long. You say they have like interrupted with you.
Sure, that's fine. I'm ending it here. I'm ending it on this question.
Okay.
Now, if that person is in these countries, it be very difficult, okay, for such an individual. Then distinctions in religion, there should have been clarification. By now, Nyankopon to me ma obia different religion. If we called Nyankopon o Nyankopon, which we knew already, now obi be introduce Islam. Say a friend Nyankopon be Allah. The name of God do not change even within different contexts and as a context. And so this is just all I have to say. Because of the monologue, we can engage. And so
it was too long. Okay. First of all, no, I say encourage the mekai the wakasa for the mekai say Onyankopon enyedin. Onyankopon enti the word Onyankopon a title for the creator. Okay?
I agree.
Another language mususuna na almost pronounce Onyankopon wa omebo no language because enye edin no. In English no any be can say God with a capital G now, okay. And we just say Onyankopon. And about tree kasa mo anasa asante kasa no mo kan Onyankopon a. And so ye just mean say Nyankopon di asesa. And call Arabic mo a omo kan Nyankopon and ye God. You a proper name and as a proper noun name for Nyankopon, which is Yahweh. And it's different. So it is a kan Nyankopon Yahweh. It is a God Yahweh. It is ubet man can gramophone omuni a din for Nyankopon. Omo friend God. Allah enye din, some of them no, and on person we say a din, but some we can say enye din, we say a din. A difference there one, okay. And about the deconstruction now, what Kasafa say, Moshe is trying to deconstruct us, no. That means that he's trying to pull us back to our culture, our forefathers' religious beliefs, right? Okay, it is that person now, he is doing that, no. He should be bold enough and be proud. Because my key example, no say, ubetime hunu Ghana ni bia, na say, a typical Ghana ni, pa na dressing to say Arab ni. Bishia Ghana ni bia, the typical Ghana ni, na dressing ni bia European, and as visa. It's your culture, your dressing ni bia, no, I say, banishe. Your name is crampo and identify as Ghanaians, biom. Me know where I Christianity, it doesn't go against all these things. Christianity, it goes on and changing me say I mean to me benedi kwabna and I say kwame. But pointing and say the person who is coming to deconstruct us or does carry a name and fitting the name no a Jew for the Avraham or the nam. First of all, the deconstruction it was a shall say free itself. Deconstruction no say on what who say deconstruction is good. Now you go back to our culture now. He shouldn't be hiding what he believes in. He should propagate it so that it will let people know that this guy is serious about deconstructing and letting people go away from this fake one to the real one. Our true. He cannot say, hey, man, person nothing, but I want you to deconstruct. For what? And to only deconstruction, Papa Biano, because he's hiding what he believes in. And he is carrying a name on Okokoye, Oko follow Jew for Bina. When young convert to Crampono, why for Mudiaton also. But o deconstruct way, no, when Timian change, or does carry the same name. And outside the Osage no Osage see. And last and not the least no so. Onuna was saying yanko back deconstructing us from this place. Yanko back to that place no. That place now all pointing a finger say yanko honom no. Wasa me yes who say that place no a legalized madness.
Okay.
But bro, why should somebody now or what somewhere now on this why legalized madness? Na honom no dey enquire honom no. Why should that person leave that place no to go somewhere now? On only that no they will not be deconstructing no say why legalized madness. Why should somebody do that?
Okay. Sethoo, so I would respond to everything you said. So you spoke about three main issues. The first one is that Avraham, the first one is with regards to the name of God. The second one is that Avraham is maintaining a name which does not ultimately show the construction. And then I think the third one, if I understand you correctly, about the third one was what? Help me again. The third one.
Baby or see on corner legalized madness. What this
yes, legalized madness, right? So the name. Now, if you have a tree Bible, okay, if you say that Nyankopon eye titler, if you have a tree Bible, I would want you to bring it out or check for a tree Bible and check the context of what is used for God. Neighbor, it is Onyankopon. Why? Because these people realized that whatever reference, description that we, our people, give to God is captured within the context of Onyankopon. And so it is the same, or in that same shelf, that God we are making reference to. I don't know if you are understanding the argument I'm trying to put up.
No, not really. Because I agree with you.
Hold on, I'm coming.
I want to set kind.
I'm coming. I'll come to it. I'm saying that we had various gods, okay, as Africans, near our gods, baby. But amongst all the gods, we crowned one, Onyankopon. Now, Onyankopon, they will make you reference to, I'm sure you are giving descriptions of the meanings of the word. Maybe Onyankopon or Yapon, and so he's mighty and so on and so forth. But that is the name. Within that is the name. I'm coming. That is the name within the account setting. Our people called him that because of the features we gave to him. So, for example, description, even in our account language, this would help. Even in our account language, yehun niyama bi yedin esu ene ban ene niyama bi yehun ade ne ho no ene yedu to din. I don't know if that gives clarity on it. Enti edina yedeto no. That is the name within our context. And I made sure say Onyankopon no. Onyankopon in the context of powerful God or ultimate God. In the context that sa sun yehun no say oyepon among all the gods. Yeah, I don't know if and so that is the name in the context.
Okay, and I may say Onyankopon Ochire ni. Eyedin.
A teacher.
Eyedin.
It is a name of a profession.
A profession. Yes. A title for the profession. And for the creator, to identify the creator, the Oba Adi we say in and the friend Onyankopon. It's a title now. The the title no friend Onyankopon. But the can say as a who said a can and say Sandy friend, but obi so the people buy ya your friend Allah. So what they say, and me person what say even uko Harizama, okay? Hariza omo ka say Nyankopon a you edin ombebo for Nyankopon, but omo can say bia uko another language into your God, you was use I don't know, say Dios, I think say in Spanish. Dios uko French abenya din for ni na the word God na ankasa, the word God no. But Nyankopon ewo edin a ewo no ho so nti ye kan God a universal. Sisi am se meka se bia wo God bless you. Senkramoni wo honom na se bia obi oji bibi foforo so di wo no oji Nyankopon di wo honom okay. Na se meka se God bless you a omunyina meka omunyina bebo omutiri ko yes. But se meka se may the Lord may Jesus Christ bless you a. Then no am for bet senkramoni ne onje so because now I'm speaking specifically about God with his name ni no. So
okay,
God so sana me pa kire. God ne title.
Obia
name.
Me pese obi na subi. All right. I want everyone to make deep analysis about this. Let us put all our religious affiliations, which is very difficult to do, beyond the spectacles we are wearing, and then look at this very critically. Now, say God a title, any name, right? My question to you is, what was the name of God in Akan? Do you believe that our people knew God before the coming of the Bible?
Now the Kwame.
Meba. Why na kasano? Highest ana.
Nanaya or the Kwame. Trade upon Kwame. Ebi nso deɛ de ikwabena ebi deɛ de abena.
Meba.
Na maybe some big crime business the internet yenya meda.
Meba question. So my question is, what was the name? Do you believe that we believed in God?
As any pano.
Meba ish.
You believe we believed in God. Then my question is, do you believe we believed in God or not?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so what name did we give to God?
It
has no relevance on the subject matter.
No, maybe I want to papa di and papa na two di.
It has no relevance on the subject matter.
The same as because wa ma me boni di ankyerɛ. Enti se me entina set e ka se a description. Wo hwɛ nipa ne su ne ban ene de wo ye. E na wo de ma no description. Description ni Nyankopɔn. Edin e da ne so a wo de to ne so no. Ye na nanom ambo because omunim enti description omo hwɛ ye. Unimu aka, unimu ayentu aso.
Enti maybe so this say if you pick a tree Bible, or a tree Bible, like you can Google it, you can find it. Or a tree Bible, what name did they infuse there? What name is there for God?
It's one thing that make tree Bible is a translation from the Bible.
Just a title.
It's the God now. What English Bible God no? And they were honor, but udru baby you what the proper name for God, proper noun name for God now. Tree Bible na honor Yahweh so honor. So what they say?
I'm simple. Oh, tree Bible just read baby. Give me a sample. Let me hear you.
Catch
Meaning say but tree Bible has say
give me samples.
Me tree Bible no say Genesis chapter 2. Okay. Okay, but Moshe be try to talk say Nyankopon a Bible no say oba anye nipa, okay. Okay, until has say no Genesis chapter 2 no. Verse number 21 I can say na Awurade Nyankopon ma na hoto onipa so.
That is Lord God. Lord God. Enti God no me try say Nyankopon no o say a title and obi a make reference say obi kra make reference say a title which they give him different titles. Obi kra boy edin wa and I make sure say if that is not his name, edin ya translate edin.
Edin translate.
Enti udin patcho what they saying?
Na Yesu ya translate in Jesus.
Udin they saying
okay, beat around the bush. So what is the point?
What is the point? I mean,
so all I'm trying to make you understand is that our people knew God. That has been established.
Nobody is denying this.
Neighbor. Our people knew God before the coming of these, introduction of Christianity into our context and so on.
But that doesn't mean that is his name.
Neighbor.
Okay, our people they knew how to also cook on their fire, be a firewood. They knew how to do all these things, But in the near master, what you know, at a particular time, it can change because you can get to know something a year more better than what you already know.
So as an African, I would say within the context of the continent, you have believed and knew say Obi and a free baby and a baby child say you didn't know God when you have already given descriptions of God.
No, there be nobody saying they didn't know God. No, it's the same.
So the argument leans against that argument, and I will make you concerning abosomsom eyenkwasiasem. It leans against that because neighbor. Let me get to it.
Yeah, fast because
so who make you reference say. Abosomsom enkwasiasem. And I mean make you reference actually will say our people during those times. Also when make reference about some
Ben Moshe, that's what Ben
Moshe.
Yeah, Ben Moshe neka.
Bible ne crasso can say about some ye kwase asem true or false.
And a Ben Moshe say nana about some nti Bible ne kasa
but you
mama no say Bible ne kasa Ben Moshe kasa also Ben Moshe say Bible ne kasa Quran ne kasa and on no kasa so kasa nti Ben Moshe ne dey making reference. This is what Ben Moshe is saying. Say Bible ne kasa wo dey no gidi say a foreign thing. Say Quran e kasa kwa ono gidi say a foreign thing, but ono person you call back to our roots, no. That is what he's saying about the culture or the religion of our ancestors, no. So why should anybody go back there, no? Are there a legalized madness?
Okay, so first of all, you are deflecting. But before I move on, you are deflecting because me bisao say Bible, no, and then you are shifting the blame back to Ben Moshe. But I'll stick to the arguments of Ben Moshe. Now, Ben Moshe issue, no, who make him mention of a dinya Oyusu with reference to Avraham Ben Moshe, you know. This is my own perception. I mean, I'm not a spokesperson. And you know, for that, I cannot speak holistically to it. But they met me Akani from where I sit. Say he wants people to understand. Say he has been on different tangents. He has come across different why a bit of Christianity, why a bit of Judaism and so on and so forth. And it's more or less like a trademarker only so that people would know that he has been there. He has been there. And for that reason, and for that reason, you see, he has been where? He has been through these religions before.
Well, NSCC, I don't know, what back to his roots. Imagine, time I not all me about all these religions, no. He was able to accept a trademark from them, no, to identify himself. Now, no, he has come to his roots. He has come to his senses. And who cares where you were, where you are right now?
No, he's when say education and how you deconstruct goes through a process. Now, people go through it systematically.
But
one time thing.
Apply wow logic, you know. You know, okay. Who says your Ghanaians now? They are like dressing crumple identify them as something different. And they say Ghana Nina CCA, no, so back to deconstruction, no. Now but the dressing here Arab still dressing now who complain, no.
Yes.
Because that is where he was. So he wants to keep where he was, no, so in himself. Nidin or woman, he keeps all these things now where he was now. Is that a deconstruction?
Say
aside from Incremodin or the man, and you are now Mudino and not the man. Also, why deconstruct? And as you see, no, or bananum honum, but he's keeping everything to leave a trademark that he was there before. So the Moshe into that one, do you consider this as a deconstruction?
So Mekatro say first of all, I'm not a spokesperson with regards to some of these personal things that I cannot really speak
and
to.
We are dealing with that personal thing. We are dealing with it. So answer.
It's in you know, this is from where I sit, what I see. And Mekatro will say, I think that these things are progressional, bit by bit. Utsi Ben Moshe very well. You realize that there are certain claims he makes today that some years back he didn't make. And he's human. Makatro will say he's not infallible. He's prone to mistakes and so on and so forth. And you know, me believe he say progressional, bit by bit. And I've already established saying I might side with him, and I will not side with him. And that is just me. I don't know about other people. But what my major concern of his message from where I sit, I see is the fact that, I mean, it is all about deconstructing. It's all about the fact, say, going back to our roots and accepting ourselves as a people who already knew God is very, very significant. Even psychologically, mindset. I mean, that is very ridiculous. I think that if anyone, you know, is taken to this, then that person probably needs to make a recheck.
It was introduced to them too. It is coming from somewhere. It is not a universal thing.
That's a lie.
What? Hold on. Okay.
That's a lie.
So how did?
Into
How
a
did?
woman who says Omugunsa.
Yeah. How do you? Where do you think
Yeah,
all these things
woman
come
who
from?
says
It is introduction. And then impose on the people. Even though the crumple are more imposed because so omunye the term say and obi anko efuma like obi anko
you make a claim, so the burden of proof lies upon who you makes a claim. You made a claim, say our people learn certain things from certain cultures and so on and so forth. It is up to you to prove to us, say indeed, Sanyema way almost and that it is not indigenous to them. That argument is false.
Where are Santini?
Menya Santini, mi achimni.
Okay. Because the last time another brother Baha say success, if you want more a success in Yama Habion, say highest papa one monitor, okay. Like circumcision, circumcising children, circumcision, okay. It wasn't known to Ashanti people.
But Ashanti we are talking of religion in that context.
Point and then they say religion and I say belief.
Stick to religion.
Yeah, me person make it my making point and then they say okay, according to the research now that day no has say crampon, it proves say circumcising in Ashanti Kingdom, they thought say if you are circumcised now, you have a deficiency on you. And
that's
you cannot
for kings.
Bro, mama don't see.
You can see.
My people speak.
Okay. Question will be you are beating about the bush. Go straight to the point. Say.
Mama don't see. Point in they say they did not circumcise because they thought said the if you circumcise you are being deficient as a person, and you cannot even stand for a king. So what I said, and they borrowed this from different places. There is nowhere say to get to know a God, no. Precope na the whole community ni nyina no I who say Nyankopon ni na the ways ni na kwan ways ni emfa so. Enye possible sir. Introduction from somebody no. We na ko nyina obi ka say okonfaro to go na so obi kofa bosum bi free him eba ha say no. Sa na tie. So obegunsa no how to get to know the routines and this bibisa no. From individual people be na on betrance. No matter. No omo ye from the same community.
Asamoah uni abotame you free so.
Asamoah de nyanto say me train no we na makasa so you
yeah, what we say no, you don't know anything about our ancestors, you don't know anything about their culture, you don't know anything about something. And obi ne bema the odema no obi ne de enso ma no sa na count kokodru beginning no. It wasn't something that it was there automatically sanity because Ghanaians they free be ne buy and they were told in so be a Ghana be were told no honum yankukru so na de ba honum. So what I say, that is what I'm saying no. And you don't know the genesis of your how ancestors no or more accepting or what they believe in. You don't know. And I said whatever ancestors and I said abosonsom and I said your culture the what CCA no you can never know say it is exactly the same how it was 500 years ago. You don't know. You just accept what we have today.
If I may, first of all, I asked you for a specific claim you made, but obeyed in life, so everyone can tell whether indeed claim now one kasauputi say our people learn some of these religious acts and so on and so forth. Whether you have indeed made justice to it.
I didn't even say it in the same way now, but
so how did you say it? Say it as you said it and prove it.
Even what you are asking me right now, no, you are making a claim too, but you don't have any proof.
What claim did I make?
You are making the claim, say it is universal. They already knew it. It's not coming from anywhere.
So first off, the claim I made. This is my justification. That if it wasn't universal, we would have seen, okay, in the context of universality, in the context of our jurisdiction, not universal as in areas in. Do you understand? I'm saying that libation and other things. What do you say?
Universal is not jurisdiction.
No, he made mention of universal, and so I'm just using it in that context.
You use
and yes,
the word
arguments
universal.
back and forth. And yeah, I'm using the word universal. Sethoo used the word universal. And I make sure say I'm picking on that word in the context, and I make give you clarity on that in the context of our people. Say as Ghanaians, no, it is very peculiar to us and unique. And I say as Africans, no, it is very distinct and unique to us.
And do you know that the genesis of it?
So I'm telling you that if this is my claim, my claim is that if it wasn't universal and unique to us, we would have observed these acts transcend beyond just our jurisdiction as Africans. And there is enough proof about this. There is no single this is the proof. You can Google it. If I'm telling lies, that's fine. You can Google it. So I'm saying that there is no, beyond the context as Africans, yeni inkofobi or baby, they were doing these acts. For example, point of libation, Shreme, any single civilization in the world that they were pointing or doing or pouring libation beyond the African, jurisdiction. Give me one.
In the Old Testament, some pouring libation in the Old Testament, I say anyone.
What's the thing?
They pour libation in the Old Testament, and I say anyone.
You said they poured libation in the Old Testament. So you give me the
proofs.
Give me the proofs.
I'm asking you, do you know say it is pouring libation? It be Old Testament, and I say anyone.
Give me the proofs. When I will make
so
you
answer the question first. I will give you answer the question. Do you know this? And answer you don't know.
The way I understand that context is not as we were pouring libation. And maybe you give me the proof. Give it and let's see whether.
So do you know? Because you will see the way the pouring libation, it is in African Kwans and it doesn't go from somewhere.
It is very distinct and unique to us. That is what I'm saying.
Okay. Even Krapono, say you heard pouring libation now. You have different forms of pouring libation. Nigeria now, the way they pour libation, and things now. Ritual performance. It may different from even in Ghana itself.
You are still deflecting. You are still deflecting.
Genesis 35:14. Kind. Genesis 35:14.
Kind. I just say a very kind.
A very day.
Kind.
A very day can be an
say the way and manner in which Africans we did our worship, pouring libation and things was very distinct and unique to us. It's otherwise.
We were speaking about just pouring libation.
Okay, so let's limit it to that. And I'm saying that proof to me say pouring libation, Sani Emana wo can say, ne ewoho ye borrow free other cultures and so on and so forth. Now me say it was distinct to us. No,
Genesis one before now. Okay, Genesis one now. That means say it was outside Africa before. Anna.
You say Genesis one now. The exact thing you were doing.
Exact Nigeria for Mudi, Ghana for Mudi, Ewe for Mudi, and Crime for Mudi.
Yeah, Nana, or exact in comparison to why more.
So me make it claim, say our style of worship.
So what is your exact
as Africans, I'm talking about Africans as a people.
Africans, yeah, saying my own standard and not for the interest in the Bible. Then I am talking saying.
So you have not seen an African pouring libation before? Is that the argument?
No,
different times. There were more different ways in pouring.
What's it the exact? And I made sure said the way we pour libation and do our worship as a people, no, that is distinct to us.
Okay, Genesis 35:14.
So read it and let's see. Let's make the comparison.
Jacob set up a stone pillar at the place where God talked to him, and he poured out a drink offering on it. He also poured oil on it. But your drink offering, no pour on adia wode esi o say nyamia a libation and a libation.
Oh minya. Adiwa wa king. Any libation. Like
a libation then, and I remember
please libation here.
Pacho one kasa kind libation. One kasa kind.
Okay.
Oh, you are laughing. You are laughing right now. Say idea what kind we say, but I see that you don't know.
Mimi nim libation.
So in the country, I don't know why not some people you are making this.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
Let's educate ourselves. Okay. So if you don't know you say you don't, but if you know, tell us. Let's move on.
Time on this. I want him to read and use that to judge on one person standard.
Don't worry, fast. Jacob set up a stone pillar at the place where God had talked to him, and he poured out a drink offering on it, and also poured oil. Into drink offering, poured out drink offering, poured out oil. Into liquid. Okay, into that libation definition. A libation is a sacred ritual act of pouring out a liquid drink as an offering to a god, spirit, ancestor, or informally a drink of alcohol. Enti ehu sa ne mani na e wo Jacob die nim, or pour out liquid, or pour out to the God as an offering. Sa words ni na e wo Jacob. Enti libation and so ka say sa ne mani na libation.
So libation now who argue say omopoe no, it is similar and it's the same as what we do.
Why more
as African.
Me no one ka say the na standard. Maka definition na ma. Other na wo say
I'm not main my argument is that what we do is distinct and unique to us. That is my argument.
Your argument was
unique. And not just the perfect one.
What in crime for the Nawoka?
How much na
Asante for the Nawoka na in crime for the
I'm talking of Africans as a people. Me use Ghana in this contest.
South Africa for create Masa you na yenye po.
Meba. Me use Ghana in this context. Now, if a Ghanaian is pouring libation, okay, an indigenous Ghanaian is pouring libation, okay, there are processes, there are things we do. First of all, the drink in itself mean to me in fact oil. A Ghanaian does not even
Meba. Ghana is different because I'm not for poem different. I'm not
for saying no pour libation.
Okay, time because look at where you are.
No, Sethoo, mon cannot credit. Honestly, some of you are just deflecting. Mon pay the truth. Some of you do not want the truth. I'm just being real. Because Utimika Treme say the way accounts a poor libation, distinct from the way guns probably will pour libation. That is very deceptional. That is very deceptional.
How is it deceptional?
Okay. Entina me bisa wo say
me kire wade ba ku bia me Kwame A+, I think it was last year or last 2 years. No, some construction market to say bibisa.
Yeah.
And Swedro and I say baby or on location no. Omo egunsa. And say no mu no. The funny thing is no mu quote Bible verses.
These things are modernity's way of entering into it.
Who can say, and a good sana, me person who say, why am I the standard? Why am I?
And I make sure say, dear Wokano, and indigenous to us. You and I know the indigenous way of Ghanaians pouring libation. You and I know.
Okay, and then no, abosomo. Why the children with the taste of Mbrofunsa? Why the children?
Obiano ishizu.
Why the children with the taste of Mbrofunsa? Abosomo. Why the children?
Of Mbrofunsa. Oh, said you can't say highest. The taste of Mbrofunsa is saying. Means the whole canal. I don't get
green
you.
Button if you Holland, the green bottle now more use no. That JHBB and some green bottle no. And I didn't know like prominent to say.
I don't know. I can't have answers to everything. I don't know. I can't have answers to everything.
Okay, and I think say every we say I say no what I say enough.
But I mean the point still stands that Christianity is an introduction to us. It is a way. I've given you references, second kind, the weaponization of religiosity. Open Okra, you read extensively, you will know, and then you will learn. Go read it beyond. I mean, the metric and problem, I'm just ending on this note. The metric and problem I have with Christianity and other religions is that everyone thinks that their book is the only yardstick for universality or for all individuals. And that I find very problematic. Untibin country say, oh, you're Christian. And for that reason, o Bible natural says, say, that is very, very problematic. What about the Hindus? What about
what about you?
What about the Confucianisms? What about the Islamic people and so on and so forth? That's just by the way.
Whether to join next time, why are they? Asamoah yesterday, okay. Asamoah could do. I don't know how rashes are.
Sorry, wait, sorry. Because
Asamoah Tobo, the whole time I will change the whole time. I will tap screen so can I there. I will tap screen so what?
We're hitting or show.
As a muina manugu issues are
that be because on the cast, I want to panel to say, but what they okay, you focus on some point in any sense. Is also
my point is very simple. My point is very simple. That me can say Christians for more a lot of you are Christians, but me can say.
And I also hear
me no dear. Menjisa no in the Jesus name hala ne CSF no.
Men
We
ka
are
dia wugidi
then.
nkyerɛ ka dia wugidi
We are
kyerɛ mesrɛ.
then.
Meba. Do I
Ye
have to
twen.
meba do I have to be do I have to believe in a religion?
Yanka say believe. We are then. Dia na wudi achiri.
Me ndi obi aji.
Okay, enti we ye move wundi obi acha
It
ono
is
go go
obi
dia wudi.
concept tio, so obi concept na say sebe adwene wo mu a memefa. Me say there yeah me papa ne me mama na no me Christians. Omo wo me tum as a Christian. But no
Same story.
meba
Point in so my Mr. Ko
We
point
there
in
go
so.
straight to the point.
me point ne say wo hwɛ dia ekosu ina in general na utumi hu say Christianity any Islam omo no mu di yenya ewo Ghana yenye wo omo di yenya ensem omo ka no ensem hwa mo nhwɛ asofo a omo claim say nyame afre omo a omo eka nyame asema kire yen hwɛ dwuma omo di members no how they are enriching themselves to the detriment of the poor people when you na monitua o monitua na at the same time no mo hwɛ say omo a mo se fake wom and a papa wom me mom there as a person they mean I don't believe in that say fake they are all fake. That is what I see it because their echoes no mobile pa it's a me who say Avraham ben Moshe me no minimum online in some guy ne kano manage because in some all can be brave and kre enti say mafa ono na sem bi na mo pese mo treat no negatively kakra e wa ha I think say it was say Moshe na mwankasa no dia mumu gidi no ono no oil pose mu no eno ho asem na mo meka Bible na mo gidi no nsem all kan nyina na mo feel say Avraham be Moshe do kan e different no mumfa meto ha na mo nka ho asem say oh bi Avraham be Moshe say nyame nim daache na nyame nu no e de na unim daache na unu hu mumfa meto na mo chechirim but say ono as a person no unze ishkan say Avraham be Moshe no he is not infallible. It means that he is prone to making mistakes. It is all a mistake. Now the mistake but to more. Avraham ben Moshe is not the yardstick to the point to say Christianity is good or bad. No. Christianity and Islam is not good for us.
For you, sorry.
No, the thing is, whatever is going on, I mean, the echoes no making
okay, my address is your kind here, okay. Ubo absorb bi din ne Christopher bi ne ense be yekoso Ghana na enso ani me no ya adwene nipa bebre wo honom na on be take opportunity ade a eye good no na oma take advantage of it no oma use no in the bad way. We betimi afa sekan, we betimi afa car, we betimi afa ebia enkureduro, ye friend enkureduro anka ye de be kunkura omo say nyema. No we using in the bad way now or the akwa hamu nipa or the second the betie sujum sebe no wa kunkum nipa bebre e ma second no mo nya de bone because second ho won fa so bebre e ma ye nipa no okay ahimfofo bebre wo Ghana sisi na ensase ni galamse e kokoso wo honom no omo nim hu bi omo ma ni nyina asai onka se ahimfofo ni nyina no sebe omo nye nti enye de yenko yenyi ahimfofo mfiri honom nti logic na wo apply for enkofobia ohun se ne eboni bi wo mo ho no menfo omo njeji the whole Bible no fa Bible no mom ejeje wo mo na hwe se de omo ye no eso Bible no ne Bible no nkyerɛkyerɛ no anase eye omo trimopo anase omo agenda bi wo mo ti so
dia o kan de no ano no but the me pa kyerɛ ne say Bible na kasa na ɛda hɔ no no wo de to omo ho a ti o on say so obi ka say
wo de to omo ho ade
wo de to de omo ye no ho. That is what I'm trying to say. Sebe and pass we because me bao nyame na e Christopher mu gini di no nyame no otumi ye bibia ni wa nyame ntumi ye se me bisa wa obeka kyerem se nyame ntumi ye bibia den ye na osmo obi se o metwa krama no ono ntumi ntwe na kra na
okay enti
so obi ka kyerem se
I know what I bet
it's amazing tobo Sisi ano point na we person make was saying say o argument na what the Bible has saying because of ne boni bi e wo ho afrin kokko.
Oh yes. Yes.
And no doesn't make the Bible no bad thing. Say o kasa Christopher bi nipa boni fo a. And me no ya adwene nipa bebre ye nya atwom. Ye ho say ye Christopher but ye mbienye the Bible ni e ka no. Me no ya adwene wo ho no. Me nka say ben Moshe ka the same thing say sofo bi ezan amanfo na say opo omapo na o use Bible na o de bo omapo na ben Moshe ka say enye sa na Bible ni kire na o ka no kure what the Bible ni kire na me ka say ben Moshe boa because ben Moshe e boss a pastor e chi no.
So wofa ti o I didn't say Bible nanga say da honom na nsema Bible no kan. And pass mu because
because time and pass mu and to was ma mete Bible say so obi e software obetimi ne members na deda Bible no kire sa
Bible no kire sa
enti say obi ye sofo na say one ne members ne deda e Bible no kire ne sa anasa ye wono ano no
e wono ano
enti eno no enye Bible ne fault e wono ne fault ho
okay enti say e wono ne fault enti say Bible enti wo gina ho yayi say wunim da ache a wo be ya ade a wanka say obenu ho na say Bible no kire me ba no Bible no you are using the Bible and I'm also using the Bible same.
What Tobo me pese me nya point we say clearly okay. That means say that Tobo asamoa that means say ye was standard bi wo hono ma say obi ye bibi na as me as a Christian no so hu say me ya obetime hu say hey akwa we say ni dey wo say me hwe ni ye o because ono na they be all cancer and patch man for say ni no but me war hwe na brabo in the back door no hwe dey wo ye inti Bible no betime abu maten am ye hu say me say the me preach nyesa na me ye so inti Bible no mom the best standard no.
That is where you are wrong. We use Bible as a standard now. Then the Bible should be scrutinized.
I didn't know who say sisi ano. I didn't know who suffer no obi na yere da enye. I didn't know who sa.
I didn't know who sa.
Yeah, according to the Bible na chere ni pa kon sa na say Bible na chere. Who say Bible na chere no. Nti yeah, Bible na standard.
We've got morals. And morals no. I strongly believe say we get some from the Bible but enye ho and our morals fit.
Okay.
What I say? Moral
that be menti ase. Say baby o moral bibiano.
Human beings we have morals.
But morals na e good no. Okay. Good morals na be ni say according to Ebini say.
Ebia na o ka no. Say unkofo bi ne na.
Okay. Na obi a won wale no betima kwa kwachana awe no.
Obi a won wale no betima kwa kwachana awe ne say.
Obi ne be dida.
Wofa tio asema ye ken we are talking about the Bible.
Answer question no. Me say me who say a good moral and I say a good moral. Me say because it may differ. Way morals no be different. We so be different.
Yes, but your society me boy. Your society.
Okay.
And you are using the Bible as the yardstick.
It's good moral. What's the Bible no the standard of the morals no.
Maybe asma me try want to say. Asma we should
be no be that on one nipa kono mo that a good morals and I say a bad morals.
Wafa. Dia me no can say Bible na ye use me ba o Bible na ye use as a yardstick no ye use Bible as a yardstick
then question no obusa no on address a question it seems say ye nim say oh a lot to say issue with the real meba issue with the real for the Bible no edin sem hunu ni ade etiase issue with a lot of things that you want to pour out yet but on say in discussion or conversation untimi enka de wo trimu nyina one specific to ade aye address here we be wie no tie ho abeka say oh mantimi address ade ni the way na me pese me address
yes
so what you say and the point na all try so obetwe adwene asiso ne say a Christiani say me hu yonko Christiani na me judge na me judge no based on me preference. Me judging based on what the Bible says. So what you intina empredo do na because Christian ni pa na we say no. So what you say? Enti obi say question say obi also on dey on ware obi no on na tena for years. No on ne de da. On ne tete say oba ware for onye no ho ade which your tradition mu kra no enya acceptable no. Ena ebuza say eye ana enye based on
enye fine. The me patchen say the me no patchen say who said question ya we be say ya say obi fo bi no ware no na on da ya na say enye no who say nyina ya agree say enye And I'm boy.
That be I agree.
It's no I
agree.
Ayama wana.
The person what you say. The person maybe to test someone person what you say. Who can see yin no ye wa man ko bi ho no na omo ne wo nya adwene.
Oh yes, but some me ne kasa me ne some kasa.
But standard no. E Bible. But wo nya adwene. The reason why now ye wo bibi gina so no ye was standard ye wo bibi e follow. Nti ye standard no na wo ne nya adwene say eni kwan say e fa no as ye standard. Nti na me pese me hunu from wo side no ye wo standard so na the wo kan say ye more enye no obi hunu say eye. Is here ben den say your community mu ho no wo say unu obi dida enye obi say oh ye good ada ntina enye ye panyifo mienu ye share ye pese ye chile ne ye tete na obi akọ ne ba bia ada ntina enye ye good no ye continue enye sa de we say enti wo ayebe no community na waka say we de enye na wo de ne wo na
ntina make sure we are in a community. It is a community na you no morals no is guided by the community.
And why they make it morals? Why they decide this are morals?
When I decide morals, I'm saying that is why you court no whatever we are.
It's morals, no. Since the court decide say trumu is accepted. Okay, to be discriminating against trumu na. That means say no. Sana wo kan meboa because court decided.
When the court decide that, not say who as a person, you as a person, no. You wouldn't be doing it. But the thing is,
the court to decide that doesn't mean that you have to go and do it. But that, therefore, no, after someone decide you and based on your understanding, that means a good thing, or no?
No. So court, even if the court has decided that now, that's any good to me as a person, any good, I won't do it. But reason why,
they make catch one. The court to decide say, but engage what we are saying because
what you are doing, what you are saying is drawing me away from what I'm trying to say.
Because me prove say only standard here. The court to make a decision if you say in Ghana standard ni we are okay. Say in Ghana sebe papa penyina wedding 50 kura betimi aware akora wedding 6 say Ghana for making it according to one understanding no. On can say chinchina papa odi 15 konko wale but or making it say a standard a law betimi ayesa na that means enye boni bio nti moral na aba be good no 50 years betimi akwa wale wodi 6 sana wo adwen kire wo meboa because community society na
say it means say omo yes am ra no madwen nya adwuma because assumption I'm making doesn't make sense in the first place.
But
assumption I'm making doesn't make sense.
Bro, who na make sense man?
If it makes to you, if it makes sense to you, I take it.
Oh, okay.
But as a community,
what you saying? Now let's come to the Bible. You are trying to run away from the Bible. You are trying to run away from the Bible.
No. 1 minute.
You are trying to run away from the Bible.
Asamoah.
Community deciding.
Yeah. Asamoah.
Community won't decide to say will be over 50 years. Okay.
Asamoah.
Making doesn't make sense.
Asamoah. Asamoah. One thing I work on ha, you be use the same thing here, so we hold the same standard. And they said, Sebi, omo mgu asore no, omo choice, no, omo preference, no, omo huni say you good. So for now, ono so zan omo no. Also, Edwin say, eno so no, the right choice for ono so for no. Until they say, wo, na uko jina so aka chiro omo say, do omo ye ne enye.
And I make sure say, asama me no can simple. I said, the person making you no person will draw my attention away from it. One kasa mo yastic now, mo de measure what is good and what is bad. There's the Bible, and I'm And I make sure say, ain't it a woo jina way. Wouldn't me dachi to say the mubisa me answer 50 years, 6 years, my church me. Why would you know way? Wouldn't me dachi or chance me busy? Ube ya dia one kasa no benu who say why?
What is your point? Your point in saying?
Maybe some question. My question is maybe someone we man to say they are 50 years, this is years, maybe some me. Wouldn't watch na say me besi.
Me ba na minim dachi say me ba no or choice either not to do this or to do this or choice or the capacity to decide take a decision. Minim say or take this decision where you say the baby, you know. Meaning so take this also decision and say the baby, you know. either mechechere no e de na tena ho said ye both decisions no on take kura and I say mejano because our capacity to do or take the decision that he want to know
And your
he or she
capacity
want
na
to.
make am. You know.
Eh?
Your
What?
capacity na make am. Don't try to dodge the questions. Stay. Oh, so
I
bisa me man no be
dodgy.
me say oba na ba no. Oba na wo be no. Unim say oba no be ye boni we. Unim o. You have meba you have the opportunity to either me manem bakra.
Aha.
It's no imano, it's as simple as that.
And I make sure say meba no capacity.
Into what manaba? Meba you say what manaba na.
Meba no or capacity to not do that.
Yes.
Aha. And you know, mema the opportunity to take the decision. Either the right decision or
if you
the
know
wrong
the
decision.
future, you don't give opportunity. What in the future? No? Where is the opportunity coming from?
See,
you know the future. Whatever your son will do, you know. Where is the opportunity in this?
What is that question? Many years, yes, sir.
He's driving away from it.
There be men driving. Minim say Tio. Minim say me man me buy Tio. Me ma example. Me ba we minim say me man the toffees or me man the toffees bebre ya. Say na be wie no. I know. Right? Enti me opportunity. Tio, me opportunity. Say onim or the capacity. Osano the only capacity, but or capacity to take your friend is saying to either take the toffee or not. So what they say, or sa capacity no. Enti either make a channel say me money taking sa decision at all. And I say me jano because or the capacity to not take it. So
by the way, okay, and people like 100 over 110 plus na wala no so see. Na someone tobo imagine so will be a tap screen so no be a share. Imagine say the baby at the nebeko. Mr. Ma I mean see a phone kwana wa haze ana.
What was that, boss? What was that? Asema mike. Oda go fa say me wa me ba and am capacity
me kasa me pese wo mia wa no for the meantime.
Mate.
Okay. Because they pese I didn't call na man for so join no musu me espresso mo say na yiti me expose be mo share intro no into tobo Mr. Ma mo line no so na mo tap screen so na mo share nipa kakra bi na share mo share ebetimi aboa ama nipa hu say your life no so has this no do say time na so we no okay asama kasa sese no try say we be conclude
unnim future you know the future it doesn't the capacity that doesn't come in whether the capacity or not you know the future what obano beye tio dia obano beye no unnim what the capacity be mo then you are trying to say obit makwa na so bit makwa whether left or right
musa o Ghana sisi ana so wo hefa
no UK
okay ahotire Ghana na sa ahotire ni Ghana
what's that man making what you've come
answer to
you don't want me to finish.
There be what can say I know your point no say
no you don't know
what can I say Bible no Nyankopon so onim da ache and wa board there and was so nu no ho me boa
yes and you are trying to do
the point no okay
and mo person mo dodge
obi and dodge because I wona won ntiase
obi onim future why do you give him options
as someone tell me say TB reason the same thing boy the bar has say can say Muhammad Awal Baha yesterday no now obey expose on say because say who doing say wunim no who doing say so strong say obi ntimi answer question we say no
and yes sir
ntimi awano na tie bi okay so obi nim ade crampo na still obetimi say busa say saying obi even though so onim answer no you can still ask say Bible no oba mo no Adam ni Eve omukodi aduaba no e na omo hide no Nyankopon say busa omo say makodi aduaba na a rhetorical question doesn't mean say he doesn't know. He knows already, no, but he's still asking. Bible, no, Nyankopon is or a father to us. So what I said, a father, no, it's communication to honor na a related in the human system. I say a form mumuna or near dinkum say the baby betias. Who as a father, say I don't know so a father, sorry, but who as a man, say be a ma. Odo bane ko hospital as an example, keke no TB as an example. Odo bane ko hospital, amaya ko one panye. Unim say panya no ebeye ne ya you know ukwakowo obane panya no it doesn't mean say you hate the kid no because akwani trust you say you your father you protect him and I say hey and I would not call doctor honom and I was a son mu and a doctor no e de panya na wo no and also it's based on understanding akwa na bedwen say na papa we kura say o because o domi say on domi pain na all cause me say and also akwa na isu no you already knew already say pane na ya akwa na besu na wo ka say meru akompo say me de akwa na ba ha say su akwa na su ye kotre ko nyina hini no ama meru akwa mpa ho a it doesn't mean say you didn't know say ade ne be ye na yasa
but you meet my answer
wo betimi answer me
say what the me you use me as example then once again assume say I have control over everything. Unyame no control over everything. Akwala no yare no kra no oyare no. Uye nyame a wo mane nyare. Until you do stage no. Example now man doesn't make sense.
Okay,
wait, you don't want me to talk.
That's why me address them the mechanic.
No, doesn't matter. It doesn't add up. That is why I'm trying to point it to you.
Yare
ne fine bai.
Again, the Casafa, once I want to after there was
now I'm punching holes in your story now.
You are punching holes in yourself because I look at it. As I want to dodge question, I will say one dodge.
Example now, what it doesn't make sense.
And one dodge is here.
You are dodging.
And the young is here. No. What do you call Dr. Honom?
First, you're fine by.
Sethoo, he's making sense.
No, make it Tobo. Make a son for Mr. Ma. Okay, as someone make a son, you free so. What the aquanical doctor? Me say me engage with
wash. Yare no. Me say me control over bibia me makwala yare.
According okay, as someone and say wo party say wo we Nyankopon a okay enka ekom biama me boa.
Never. That is why I don't believe in your God.
Tobo enti areho bibi say bia ni honom.
Wafa. Let's discuss whatever we are discussing. You are trying to dodge. You are dodging.
Yeah, dodge. Yeah,
I don't know what is wrong with you as someone.
Me say yare ne fine bai. Yare na me ban yare ne fine bai because me God.
If one win here, one man be friend.
Me God I mention here because I know the future.
That as someone me say wo me no na kasa wo ba no. Ye kasa fa wo ho oba no. Wo busa me efri na ba one win here. Enu ti na ba enu ano no okay. And focus me question am busa wo no focus. Oba na wo de na call doctor ho no. Who now also do obano, ube protect obano, you will never cause any harm to your son and after your daughter. And I wouldn't call Dr. Honomo. Unim already as a grown person now, unim the ebeto obano, say you want a panina, you know the pain now at Ranebe Komono. Obebi akwaba benye fever later on. You know all these things, no. Unim so obesu. And to wouldn't call already, you already know. You're born a pan anyway now, a granny sooner option when him say, Papa, we pana, remember trusting on, say, be door or dummy, call uncle on head, a sign beyond to medano. And on watching my back and say, as summon, sir, I made this, sir, a panny way a woman, say that, and a pay way a costum. And I walk a granny soon, and I walk one regretted to
the Macayina so Ugusu Casasam way.
I didn't walk
because me ban Yariana or Yareno. Say me will control over it. Me money yaring do stage in offer.
Okay, and the point in the answer my responding to know something and to regret something, no, it can happen. It may happen. I regret it, and yet because I regret it because man in a because boy and one may acquire and say for crime we say so. And yes,
the very moment you
because you are not ready to learn.
When you use Inca, it means say God now you don't know how powerful the God is.
Because say
for
God. So obedient kind of amount opportunity. That be, I think say as someone Nyankopon dona odo we no. Okay, until no one is that free will, free choice no. Say it's a free choice say ube choose to say one kasa ube follow no and say follow no. Say u follow Nyankopon a and odo no. Say follow na ondo no. One is that choice no. And ka wo de any mpo na nka wo Nyankopon anka be a robot according to wo no that means say ke nyina no ye ni choice be to make our decision say ye penana say ye peno say you wo say na wo kan say wo follow Nyankopon no and say e wo na we decide say wo follow Nyankopon but nka wo na we Nyankopon anka ye ni that choice
either your God knows the future or no free will. You can't know the future And again,
okay,
free will.
move to the next question.
My
Okay.
main
I
use
think
is your friend is Avraham logic we na me had here. Avraham e believe we say we ask no ye buy ye no na ye nigye nko an ke ye appreciate goodness. Say ye buy ye no na bibia ye on the silver platter. We will not appreciate it. Avraham ono ano logic no. Based on Avraham logic no. Ti ye buy we ask no. All we know is good. We don't have the opportunity to choose and now know how pain is because pain and the man appreciate your friend is saying joy. So what you saying? It's based on Avraham no claim no and in a reason no mean can is an logic in a reason no everything sorrow pain any all these things you know and the man appreciate joy and you know all these positive things and the only Avraham adwene and only nya adwene.
Your no ankasa ni own belief. Because me Avraham no, there are so many things that occur me nyadwene. Me am imagine that.
Anyway.
There may patch what
say. Okay,
simple. There may can you chat simple because say be a mumwe fili say be a macha so but there may chat to say we need to be honest to each other. Whatever is out there, we don't know. Obi ni
but you know.
Mamumba me say the all honest say the yes why you say and no say you say muboa
ba wuni who see obi ani ba wuni
that is why your Bible has mistakes no
okay your opinion as someone Musa question waiting okay so we a teacher now who class now
o say be me another example o say
me example say the buy obedwen ho because I think say e pass all level now and I multi comprehend this something
me teacher would come na me some punch hole no
okay we a teacher now say o no exams are okay multiple choice are okay Obama only one correct answer to choose from an answer Obama false and all the mistakes so better can like A, B, C, and D. You know?
What is your premises? Since here, no, mean as a teacher, no. Mean as a teacher, no. To say teacher, to say a mean future. And as me a teacher, only future.
Unim. We a teacher, ni teacher,
unim future.
Me future ni be anim in a class. Or more
future, and I say meaning future.
Unim future, yen can unim future. And me busa say so Oma multiple choice na so Oma class teachers or students Oma more questions and answers na Oma more A bia busa Oma say bia what is the capital tower of Ghana now the answer na show A and on now the next question now third question fourth question now only the correct answer na Oma to choose from
the future baby bow say me future questions require set him home because minimum answers so many
okay to
I don't need to test them listen
tobo
I don't need to test them if I know the future.
And do better on my dear, not on trauma, dear.
Metro Mad is saying.
Here's on Baba school, no, watch trauma, dear, and that's on trauma, dear.
Another thing they say, do I have Mimi? I'm a teacher, no? Do I have control over everything?
As a woman, you don't hold you, okay. You must someone sit down for the meantime, okay? That's follow page, and someone follow page, you know. As a woman, say, more to time when more difference now as CC no munyina mo tapo so na mo share no as I didn't jump top and I think say e boa pan okay mon tapo good life mon share mon tapo screen so say about over 150 plus 160 and e kaka kono mon tapo so na mon share my okay because engage yourself you nyina be sua de free obi honom ish e ba ha say no wakeka nsem bebre people will learn from it yes you can say be one people will learn from it. God regrets, you know, it's not about saying he doesn't know. In the Bible, there is a lot of instances God asks questions, you busa questions, and that's what okay, it doesn't mean say because the word regret, you know, at the moment how you think, you know, doesn't mean say it's not a Bible on it here. People understanding from a different perspective, not from all perspective now. What you know, and this you can know something and regret it at the same time. Okay, doesn't mean say the moment you say it's here.
Yes, Sethoossk may report as a mama UK, you know, say mama in C classroom because to on the was or a teacher near when you say teach a student we only mad into only mad no answers will be provided. No any alternative. The objectives, you know, answer answer. No occur the next question.
So as a more one case winning BBA or no one case
future say I win him.
Yeah, man, that option. So own BBR already. But
okay,
argument, these guys, they want to just argue.
But as I'm all we need to be fair, what we need. As I'm all
just to argue, okay. And the Bible says, it's amazing. Okay. Yeah, because I think say nana about yet nana I do also say. And I also for
nana ground can escape.
Oh, Mobin Casa. Ah, they will see me say.
There will be some.
Oh, that's Moshe from Casa.
Okay, now we are not ready now.
Me no one here in say in case bia so common sense for ba no make kasa there but say when you in there
ma ko wase ha say o say oba na kasa there
break down
go me dey me time chinti no me ne hi papa say hi
papa any kasa break kasa okay because time on a pound crampo okay meet you the first and breeding
yeah wait me after me Brian
now Brian
okay Brian
okay we are with from we are okay me change na nyanti me mix it with English kakra
no worries you ever try you ever comprehend
so I have been here for about an hour and I've seen that the topic is Avraham lies about the Bible, but so far I've heard only one thing that you are saying is a lie that he has said. I wish that you would actually tackle lies now, Moshe Wakano, so that we can know what exactly we are doing here, what you are saying. But I think I learned that Moka Bibi Moshe, he said that the African traditional religion of ancestral worship or whatever, it is legalized madness, right? And then he now also said the Bible condemned the traditional religion. Is that the case? I want to know whether we are all on the same page before
or pointy finger say the issue so call radios ne busan say adan also ready bia when see a Christopher so na Bible no so say Bible no edidi ye nananom so matem say ye nananom so me yankwase asem. It in the point one of the foundation or the ye the oye no eno no na the same person ene we did amen because Muhammad Mata the chairman and numbers no and ne was say yan no legalize madness. It means that the foundation no gina so e dey bashik so some ne Bible no and ne eno ne onusukura e kan kire yan nananom.
Okay. Can you say time now can asem no time now can say pacho say
what the kasa me time na so kra o me wife be drew faces here until you say me na
oh sorry man is snappy. So there was a time difference from because
what is
Christianity
until the kind of
sorry
ekoi
so you are saying say there was a time where Avraham was saying that he's against Christianity because it is coming to like intimidate or it's coming to remove our ancestral worship. But then in the future, now that he has gotten higher numbers, he's trying to say that even the traditional religion is also not good.
It's legalized.
That was what you're saying. So there's a time difference, right? So doesn't that tell you that he is like what Ish said initially? He is a human being and he can make changes based on new information that he has received. Maybe in the past, he was thinking, say, this thing is which to me I agree to an extent, right? I'm not this CSF or whatever you are saying, but I am not also a believer myself. I see myself as an agnostic. Okay.
No, okay.
But me looking from an outsider's perspective.
Do you think, say, when the time now he was saying this negative thing about nananom being legalized madness was at the time when maybe he had a belief and as he was believing in the Bible or the Old Testament?
No, not that. But you see, two things can be true at the same time. Okay, he could have been against Christianity.
Oh, cut it off.
Brian, who Ghana or where and where are you?
You understand? But
what to take call?
Sorry. Oh, my network in you. But what you mean is here?
Oh, I am who Krobenso.
No, where are you?
Accra.
Adamfo no
Where
or
is that?
disconnect Wi-Fi no. Adamfo no hwɛ nie.
Pacho, what's the main case is here?
Okay, Kasabisa can your kind because it disconnected auntie.
Okay, so I'm trying to say two things can be true at the same time. It could be say back then, no, now maybe are all into the African traditional religion. What you say, and then in the future he realized that where I am is not also right. Into Ofrimu. The same way that I'll give you an example. There was like a JW that I know who left the JW religion, right? The Jehovah's Witnesses. He left them and then he went into Christendom, like Christianity. Like I think he joined a Pentecostal or some other denomination, be like that. Then later on, he came to say that all of them, including Christianity, like Christianity as a whole, it's not the right way, and he's looking for his right way. You understand me? I don't live inside Avram's mind, though, but I'm just trying to pose this one to you that couldn't it be the case that maybe he was once a supporter of traditional religion, but then after a while he realized that one too is also not good.
So what do you think Moshe is at right now? What do you think?
Who is Moshe?
The guy now, he's up there, no?
So that's his other name. Okay. So
Avraham
I personally
Moshe.
think okay. I personally think that I don't know him, so you can take this with a grain of salt. But I think that just like all of us are doing, he's also navigating through life. And at this point in time, he thinks that both traditions, which is Christianity and the African traditional religion, they are both not true.
Okay,
Maybe he
so-
believes in a higher power. You know, there are people who believe in a higher power, but they don't believe in organized religion like Christianity, Islam.
I get it, but so that means he cannot come and deconstruct like the other brother used, deconstruct people and point them to go back to where now he thinks it is legalized madness, right? That will not
Yes.
be talk.
Wait, did he say that? Has he proselytized the African traditional religion on a major platform before? Has he said that?
No, he said it. He said it in an interview not too long ago, like maybe last year. So between like 8-9 months now. Okay. He said it on a platform saying that religion is legalized madness, including Abosomsom.
Yes. So he said that religion is like religion as a whole is legalized madness,
including Abosomsom.
Yes. So
let's listen to it one more time, okay?
You have So let me.
I'm going to play it for you, where he's like pointing fingers how Christianity and Islam is punishing or speaking against Abosomsom, and which is a bad thing. And then later on, you will hear him doing the same thing. Okay, so listen.
Okay.
Okay, anyway.
If you live in a glass house, you don't throw stones. No coffee. Antoa we me Antoa da. Me catch me was na me no di nkomo. Ewiase no eye in ages. Age bi dua ade bi atwam. Na ko fresh de Antoa di bondua. Within 1 week, no start with effect. And yet the Antoine Bobby do not so now. Evidentia, you free the age of the gods and superstition into the age of technology, information, and knowledge. The Amintia Sini Islam Baya Obedi Africa, yes, some atem. Say a Yabosum, a Yankwasiasem. Bible so baya, or say ye Gideon Yakuta Africano, a Yankwasiasem. The moment you start applying logic. Common sense and critical thinking, religion and kasa, a legalized madness. I was also Mirakam. Oh, you legalized madness. I was also Mirakam. Oh, I was also Mirakam. Oh, you legalized madness. I was also Mirakam. Oh, Bible Subaya, or say ye Gideon Yakuta Africano, a Yankwasiasem, you legalized madness. I was also Mirakam. Oh, Domodia and Anonymous Mukroma, you legalized madness.
Okay, I've heard enough. I think I understand the gist of the whole thing now. So back to my initial statement, okay. What he's saying, Me, I'm not going to sit there and say that. I'm not going to sit there and say that it is true or not. I don't agree with him on everything, right? I don't think that religion is madness. I think religion is a way that people cope with life in order to understand certain things. You know, whether it is true or not, I cannot confirm nor deny. But I personally don't follow any organized religion. Okay, but
But
what
the
I
thing
am,
is, Brian, the thing is, he follows Abosomsom.
he does. Is that what he said?
Yeah,
Because
he himself, you know, he has acknowledged following Abosomsom.
Okay.
There, I can play another video for you where he says he goes to the shrine.
Yes,
Don't worry, I'll take your word for it this time. Okay.
What?
So I'm saying I'm taking your word for it. You don't need to play.
No, let me play because
okay,
we
you
have
want
to.
to? Okay, sure.
Let me see where. Let me see. Let me find this video. There are a lot of videos from this guy now. It's amazing. Abosomsom is legalized.
You know, yeah, the Baba, and I think say most people, I say near many be why I don't know whether Martin or Monte, and I say a new to them. But on one account, and but once and I will make a statement say, "Bia, sad time, no, they say, oh, evolve." The reality is, time or Casan, I did chia, no, as I can't say, young Koyan and Anum Sumu, into your person, I guess, yeah, where Jai count to say, dear, wajia tumisa abosum yen kwasa se there be after that no asabe ka say yen kosum yen nananom sum uya santini atena wasantim uye we atena we mu etinye se bia wa switch te say de oni abosum ne yayi sela no de no akɔhye abosum sum ase
Mete wasie. All I'm trying to say, okay,
quick one, say, you do know the when you are cancer spirituality.
We catch us baby and you are no baby wo to me wo.
Do you believe in spiritual things?
I said.
Into this one, no, it's also a compilation of Ben Moshe, you know, speaking, having two faces. He believes that to me wo honum, juju wo honum, to me wo honum. Okay, in another video, no. Videos no does until I mean
yes, that's why I did. That's why I said I'll just take your word for it.
Let me be said juju there no. Quick one, say. You do know the when you are cancer spirituality.
We catch us baby and you are no baby wo to me wo.
Do you believe in spiritual things?
I said the moment you bring, do you believe? We're in 50-50.
Okay.
We don't know. We believe. Believing means we are not sure. 50-50.
Okay.
Do we know Nanado is the president, or we believe he's the president?
We know.
We know. Knowing come with proof, fact, and evidence.
Okay. Do you know spiritual things?
I have not seen spirit before.
Ever. Do you know spiritual things?
I don't know. Me who spirit that. I teach things I can prove. We catch us baby and you are no baby wo to me wo.
So this one he said spirit is there, but they can hear me.
Baba spirit is friend.
Do you believe in spiritual things?
I said.
Yes, I saw bomb a pin, you know, so
spiritual things.
I open the direct.
A penny there both, you know, to me or to me or to me or to me no.
Okay, but I'm going on more because I want people to get to know Avraham Ben Moshe and then intro. That was it.
But you see, my point here, Campo, is that thing. Like I feel like we are not focusing on exactly what he's saying, and you are dealing with the person himself. That's another thing that I've noticed.
Yeah, free the age of the gods and superstition into the age of technology, information, and knowledge. Who can say to me be any wash you will be as simple as that? And you're true, say a Jumadin and this cover. Yeah, I'm more your say Jumadin as still scanning mother. Your name is spiritually. Who is this signing Diana? Your name is spiritually. Everything is by human effort. Your name is spiritually. I live in the physical realm. I deal with physical things. She didn't start this mind, you know. Matters of spirituality. Spirit. Any proof. I have a lot of things I believe in. I have rituals I perform. That is mine. Even nobody knows. Me, when I rent a room, I have what I do before I enter the room. What's the spirit born who buy? live in the spirit and leave the physical world for us. As simple as that.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Now, okay. I think say when your point now you're making.
Yeah, I get your point.
Get the point, okay. It's what do you have to say? If they try to end it fast. Because
I'll try and be snappy as much as I can. So two things I'm pointing out, one I've already said, I'm going to reiterate it again, is that right now, we don't know what is going on with Avraham. But two things can be true at the same time. Okay. The African traditional religion and then Christianity and then all organized religions could be false. But there could be a higher power out there. Okay. The founding fathers of America, right? The ones who wrote the Constitution. Amongst all of them, right? Some of them were deists. A deist is someone who believes that there is a creator, there is a God, but that God does not interfere with like our life, human civilization and all of those things. But then the being is still there. Whether they can prove it or not, they don't know, but it's a belief. So it could be that maybe Avraham believes in a higher power, but he thinks that the practices that we do, like maybe cursing someone by throwing an egg on the floor or cutting off the head of people to add to the grave of a king, is bad, is false, including praying to a cross and all of those things. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I believe that the best way to tackle this is simply by asking him himself. The best way is to
he is not making himself available. Okay, he comes on this platform, he comments, we send requests. I've been on his platform to trying to come up. He refused to like engage. So what can we do? What we can do is what we can do is to like let people know that what he's saying is not true. But you said you have been here for 1 hour, and that is true.
Yes.
We haven't played in this particular live streaming. We haven't played where he was actually lying about the Bible. Okay, we have been speaking about the initial video when we started the live streaming. What we were talking about is how some of his followers came here to defend him, but they were actually clueless about Avraham Ben Moshe. So we were like discussing, look at the people they follow Ben Moshe. They don't really know where Ben Moshe stands. He thinks Ben Moshe is on his own, and Ben Moshe is using his common sense. But he didn't know that Ben Moshe has a spiritual backup somewhere, right? Because I asked him, say, what do you say about somebody trying to like go taking spiritual protection from Jesus Christ? The guy immediately said, that would be the most dumbest thing that you will ever do. To go as a Christian, use Jesus Christ as your protection. That would be the dumbest thing you ever do. I said, okay, fine. But what if somebody goes to Abosomsom and take that as a spiritual protection? That one there, he was trying to like explain himself. I said, no.
That's for that one there. It's not good. Yeah, he's having double standards.
Double standard, exactly. So I told him, then eventually he said, so okay, if the person does it, then it's also the same thing. That would be the dumbest thing. Then I proved to him that Ben Moshe has already acknowledged being under having a spiritual protection. He has protected himself spiritually, and he has a physical protection and a spiritual protection. So he eventually then had to acknowledge that Ben Moshe then is the dumbest thing that Ben Moshe. So he's following somebody now. He now says, based on his own standard, Ben Moshe is dumb. Right?
But you see, in philosophy, right, we learn some things about logical fallacies. And then one logical fallacy is an ad hominem. An ad hominem is when someone will not address the argument itself, and you are addressing the individual who is making the argument. Avraham could be a rapist. Avraham could be. I hope I'm not violating any guidelines, but like Avraham could be doing some heinous things, okay, but it doesn't change the message that he's giving. Do you get?
True.
And that is what I think some people are aligning with. Okay. Maybe some people don't agree with everything that he's saying. Me like this, I don't believe in Abosomsom. Every day, my people are trying to tell me, but they've not shown me any proof. But so if let's say I'm hearing Avraham debunk some claims in the Bible, and then all of a sudden he's trying to say that what's it called? He's trying to say that we should go and follow our ancestors, and then we should also be pouring libation. I'm not going to take that part. It doesn't mean that just because I like or I listen to what Avraham says, it means that I have to support him in every claim.
But then how do you know that what you call as debunking is true and not Avraham
Because
misrepresenting or misleading people?
That's why we do individual research. That one of my biggest problems with us as a society is that we don't like doing the work. Some of us, we follow it, and I believe that you confirm the same thing even within Christianity. There are some people who they claim that they are Christians, and then they are Christian leaders, but then they preach different things. Like, for example, there was a guy in Kenya who made some people fast, saying that if they fast for some amount of days, they will encounter Jesus, and they died. I don't know if you know about that thing.
Not really.
Okay.
But that one, it happens. We know. Okay.
Those kind of things happen. So that's why when you shouldn't blindly follow an individual. You should listen to what they are saying. You should try and scrutinize it.
Let me see. Moshe have said certain things. Okay, he said Jesus Christ did not exist historically. It's an invention.
Yes, that I disagree with. Even though I am not a Christian, I disagree with that.
So you see how you say you disagree with. Why do you disagree with this statement? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Why do you disagree?
Oh, I personally, first of all, I don't think it is weird to consider that there was a Jewish rabbi out there who was preaching about the coming of God. It was something that was happening around those times. They call it the apocalyptic age. Okay, so it wasn't only Jesus. John the Baptist was there. What's his name? I forgot. There's another.
I mean, you are reading some historical facts to come to that conclusion. You are reading something because you are reading there too. So based on the historical facts that we have right now, it's established that Jesus Christ existed historically. Though you may not believe in the way he was born,
his miracles.
That one is different, but he existed.
Yes.
But Moshe is lying to the people saying he never existed, and they believe him. None of them is doing their own research. Do you know about the Council of Nicaea? Have you heard of it?
Yes, I know about the Council of Nicaea.
But Moshe said at the Council of Nicaea, Bible verses were invented and fixed into the Bible. Philippians chapter 2, verse number 5 and 6. These verses were invented at the Council of Nicaea and fixed in there. Is that a true statement?
The Council of Nicaea was not even about Bible verses. It was about the Trinity. So that one is also not true.
Okay.
But
so
I do believe that some verses were later added onto some, but that's a different topic altogether. But in the Council of Nicaea statement, there is not true. That's not where they invented anything else. It was about a debate between whether Jesus Christ is God or he was like another entity.
Exactly. Okay, so now you see how Moshe has been lying from day one, and we have a lot of examples. He said when they say Anno Domini, the year of our Lord, right? That is AD, the year of our Lord. Moshe says the
AD. Yes, I am not. I think I already stated that.
No, he said he's not. Okay, but I'm just letting people know. Say if you start to reason. And then you check on Avraham Ben Moshe, you check him, you will see him a lot of lies that he has told. Therefore, if he's saying he's debunking the Bible now, you have to be cautious. You have to be like,
yes, that is true.
You have to be very.
But
careful.
I have a statement to say. I've joined his live before, okay, and I think was it his live or it was a video? I've forgotten, but I remember him making a statement that he himself is not infallible. He has said this thing before. He has said this before that he himself is not infallible. So if you are going to follow exactly what he's saying, I think that personally you need answer.
Okay, but the thing is that he has also portrayed himself as somebody now who has researched for 20 years. So he portrays himself as he knows what he's talking about. And then he has spent a lot of time, he has invested a lot of time in this research. So when he comes out now, he's speaking now. He speaks with authority, and the people believe him.
Which is wrong.
Which is wrong. And let's say he misquoted or he made a mistake, which can happen. I'm not saying if he's misquote or mispronounce a word or say something which is factually not accurate, and then he comes back to acknowledge it, that would be no problem. But what do I have to say? Oh, I didn't mean to say this, I meant to say that, and he corrects himself. But he doesn't. And then he let it stand as if it is true. And when we expose him, his followers also come here with them. They are not going to do any research. They don't. But they will come here and start defending Moshe. Say, no, I am the one who is wrong, Moshe is correct. That is the problem
I
we
see
have
what
now
you are
with
saying.
the CSF.
It's the same. It's the same problem we face with Islam. With the same problem we face with Hindus. Same problem we face with Christians. That one is normal.
Now, okay. I think we have to end the program now. Okay, because at any moment, but it's to follow the page and join us next time. Okay.
No problem.
Those who are still here, Nana drop okay. What's who sign? What drop already?
At least this past year is okay. Nobody is talking over anybody.
It's okay. And that's what I really wanted to be, But sometimes people don't have the need that temper, they want to speak through, okay?
Yeah, true.
It's follow page, okay, so that you can join us next time too.
Yes, boss.
Okay, you seem say you are down. You can have a conversation with you. Kind of say, Kenke, and I say
Kanki.
Kanki. Oh, Honum.
Oh, me too, huh?
Bema, Bibia Boko. Yeah, Nyamia Domestic Honum. The time when I swear we are on okay, but bit me also Bibia episode can bet my 1 or 2 statements. We need to move go forward, Mr.
Well, next time. Why? Because I want to me person and come and carry with you until the next time.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is to follow the page, and then immediately you start a live, I'll join them.
So notification.
Because I really wanted to speak.
Now, no worry. You better like get into this weekend. We say many enough time because once again, space. Better honor. Meet me by life. My wife and the bombs is here. Me fancy what I say because the door no I say me. Person me be no buy no okay. You fancy what I say, Mr. Ma.
Yeah, no problem. We share.
Yeah, to my me here say me back. Me change camera no. And go say. Yeah.
Oh, mute too.
Yeah, for the moment, fancy what I say for the meantime, okay? Now, Yankasa later. Say time on us one no. Me do be ask, me sorry, pa, okay? Mr. Ma, move follow page no Sethoossk SSK. Our tick, mechanic, our YouTube video. We say na no more join biano. If you want to hit playback, no. Now also when you recording for yourself. Now we see the okay na ish. You can go on the YouTube page. I'm going to be posting this over there. Say the buyer also have access to it. Okay, Brian, you can go back there. Nana, you can go back there. Ubi oba subiana or kasa ena on super so uti what he said, And I said what we had the conversation. Asamoah, you can go and watch your playback on Sethoo SSK. Our YouTube. I'll be posting this video over there. Okay. Me the money na say for mama bye. Okay. You disagree, but you're enemies. So you see the album. I will say, Mama bye.